Yeah, well,
No, it's up to it. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's up to
just,
it.
yeah, we're rolling.
and the Zika 21 and 9.
Rolling.
Shalom, shalom.
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 Well, first and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Shem, Hakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect. And few Akwafim out there scattered around the four winds, man. Greetings. You know, another week, Babylon the Great, you know, this wicked ass cesspool of atrocities on the earth. And, you know, another week, another day closer to the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, man. And this is what we're here to do. We're here to usher in the second coming, the advent of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, who the ignorantly called JC. You know, I don't like even like hinting that word, you know, saying that word out, because it's a blasphemous name, man. But you got people in this world, especially, you know, day of the circumcision, that you know, portray to that, you know, push that name, like to say that's the name of the Savior, man. And that's straight up off this wickedness, man.
It's nothing but a name of an idol.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
but they revere it. Like Revelations 11 and 8 says that, or someone wants to get it real quick.
And you're too stubborn to rebuke it.
Yeah.
You know, because you should know that Jesus Christ, the name didn't exist. It's not hard to find out.
Exactly.
And you're being told, the prophets on the highest bar is telling you, man, but you're being ignorant or being stubborn to rebuke that name. Not knowing that you serve the devil, essentially, man. You're serving idols, Satan, man.
Another Messiah.
That's right.
A false Messiah at that. Because you had this, what we mentioned last week about the Shroud of Turin, done by the AI, artificial intelligence, where the word artificial means unnatural. So even the AI knows that that's straight up wickedness anyway. But they push it out because of that white supremacy, portraying the Lord to be a so-called white man. But you want to start off that precept?
So Revelation 11 and 8 says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, where also our Lord was crucified. Where's that mainly? Namely over there in America. That's why you know, go to America, the so-called land of free of opportunity and all of that. You know, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, so to speak. But definitely that freedom of religion, because nothing but idol worship over there in Babylon the Great, America, man. You can worship anything, man. You can pray to a damn tree if you want to, man.
Well, didn't they erect? Didn't they erect a whole like massive Hindu statue?
Yeah, like Hanuman, what it was called.
Yeah.
Because of this heifer, Kamala Harris, man.
Yeah.
You know, and she's a straight up witch, man. She's like the highest witch on the shores of America right now. She's about to be inaugurated, which the word in Olga goes, it means to sit in the space of the demons.
She's about to be promoted.
She's about to be promoted to being the top witch. She might be the you know, we use it soul and all that.
Oh yeah, Witch of Endor.
She might be the Witch of Endor, man. She might be that witch that Saul was consulting with, you know, when he was carried off. Talk about raising Samuel from the dead and all that. She might be the actual Witch of Endor coming back, or she could be Jezebel, King Ahab's wife, and all that. That wicked witch to try to kill the prophets. Because if she gets into office, she's gonna do that same shit again. She's gonna try and kill the prophets. So she could be the original Jezzy coming back as an East Indian, man.
Yeah.
Trying to claim that she's black. It definitely could be her, man. She got like one of the highest. She's on the highest forms of you know, that witchcraft on the left hand side, man.
Well, to back you, what was she known for? Right, she's known for basically putting Jakes in prison,
persecuting Jake.
She was getting on Jakes a lot, man. Right, and then when you look at what especially these Democrats, they run on, you know, basically policies of death, man, and that is mainly targeted at you Natives Americans, tribes,
minorities,
minorities.
And you notice how they don't want to talk about, anytime they speak about your policies, they're trying to omit for her to speak about her policies. Like, even throughout the media, they're saying don't ask her about her policy. Why? Because she's a shield for the wicked elite. She ain't got no policy. Her policy is
the whole thing. So you're being put on this for.
Yeah.
What you're going to do.
Yeah.
What you're going to bring in. Not because you know the black vote because she colored woman or whatever the bullshit is. No, you're meant to be bringing people on based on what they're supposed to bring to the table. Yeah. What they're going to do for you. But you don't talk about the policies.
That's the whole point of you being elected. What is your policy? But the reason why they're not trying to stress that or give that information because she's she's not there for no policy. She's there to do the bidding of her father, the
That's
devil.
right.
Right.
And that means she's going to persecute the
They're-
church.
They're puppets.
Yeah.
They've all been puppets, man.
We were just speaking about off camera about they got puppet leaders in Kenya, which Apostle Elder Tahar just did a video on, that are adopting this Bill Kill Gates digital ID system, man.
Yep.
After he bought all them different
Thanks.
vaccines over there and killed thousands of people through that Maxine scamdemic. Now he wants to put digital IDs over there in the West Africa and all that, which is going to go across the whole face of the earth.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole agenda of the wicked elite, man. It's called a new world of disorder, as I call it, man. And they want to see it everyone. But they got all these puppet leaders, man.
Yeah. Something. Revelation 13 and 11 says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake with the dragon.
Military helicopters and shit. Like military's out here as well, man. And sooner rather than later, you're gonna start seeing military troops parading the streets and all of that. It's gonna get hectic out here, especially over there in the shores of America. They already said there's one report that they got military taking over like New York City hotels and all that.
Right.
They're taking over hotels in New York and all that. Why? Because they're getting ready for Jacob's trouble, man. When they're going to be unleashed into the public. But going back to your precept, Revelation 11 and 13 and 11, that fake political system that is set up goes back to the ancient Romans, man. The Senate and all of that. They got the same Senate, Democratic, Republican set up as we got now. They had the plebeians and patricians back then, and it's the same bullshit, man. You know, it's all theatrics and deception. Because when you're out of ancient Rome, when Rome was falling apart, they gave people bread and circuses, and all that political shit was part of that as well.
Yeah.
Who your favorite leaders? I think even one of the, I think it was Vespasian or one of them. When I'm looking up in the history, no, maybe it was it was this guy, Trump. He's Trump in
Nero.
Nero, yeah. He set that fire up in Rome for political gain. When I looked up in the history, he said he done that because he wanted to get some credence and something, some political gain in Rome.
Yeah. Well, the proof of that is they say that's one of the main reasons the leader of Israel at the moment is basically doing and maintaining that system, because he was getting ready to get kicked out.
Yeah. As soon as that so-called attack, the 7th happened, all of a sudden all that shit that was he was going to be extradited, he was going to be brought up on criminal war crime charges or whatever. All that shit got swept under the rug because of so-called Israel got attacked. Never since, that's not even been in the news again. Yeah. All they're concentrating on is, destroying Palestine and all that, right? Or Gaza and all that. Getting rid of the, ethnically cleansing the Palestinians and all that. But going back to the point, that setup of the Roman Empire, man, it's all theatrics and deception, man. It's all lies. But the people are so bemused by it, they think that shit, like the political, representation really represents them. Like they don't understand it's all a fucking game by the wicked elite. Yeah. Entertained, man.
In Psalm 64, verse 2.
Yeah.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Right? These elites, they do things behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the dark. Right? They're telling these out in the open leaders to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
While they're plotting and scheming what's going to happen next.
Exactly.
Right? They already know who they're going to put in office. They already know. We don't know yet, but they already know.
Chosen.
And they're going to fulfill the agendas of the elites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I say, it doesn't matter who it is, that's what they're going to go do.
Yeah.
They're going to bring the same policies, even though one might argue against the other at the time. Oh, but you was going to do this, and no, but you was going to do that. No, you're all going to do it.
But even
because even we got Starmer here, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about, oh, we're going to do this and everything's going to be great, right? Now says, oh, we're going to do the budget. It's going to be painful.
Yeah.
But you given all hope a minute ago.
Yeah.
Oh, but we didn't realize how bad it was. They always say that shit.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Always
say
that
shit. Oh yeah.
We're also saying that we should leave the EU and all that, and then all atrocities coming after all that bullshit happen.
Yeah, and this is it. You get people in the world that aren't so-called politicians who, before the election here in the UK, were speaking like, yo, it's gonna be bad. They even told you how big the hole is financially. So you're telling us that the political class couldn't, right? But this is it. It's like they play on the fact that the majority of people out here in the world are stupid.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
They play on your ignorance.
Because you're distracted by games and entertainment, basically.
Yeah.
So you don't really know shit.
You don't know.
You don't like turning on the news or going reading the art. You don't like doing that.
They want to do with reality. That's why they need all these distractions. You was going to the word of distractions or an amusement, which means distraction. To have fun, If they don't want to live in reality, like last week you had the bank holiday weekend, everyone's excited about the carnival and all that, you know, all this lascivious behavior, the lewd acts, acting like monkeys in the damn street. Well, that's what Jake got into, but the scripture says, don't, it's, you know, woe to them, you know, it's not good to go into the house of mirth, man. Fools go into the house of mirth. And that's the majority of our people. They like to be in that foolish, you know, in that spirit of folly.
Yeah,
folly.
real quick. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 10:6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
That's all Jake think about, man.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. They're not serious. They're not on anything serious.
Yeah.
They think it's life is fun and games.
Yeah,
You know?
it gets serious. You know, Jake, we always mention black man time. Jake always want to react when shit gets when shit gets worse and shit hits the fan. That's when Jake want to get serious. But by then it's too late.
Hey, you know what? That's beautiful because that's in the prophecy.
Yeah,
right.
Proverbs.
Yeah, we got Proverbs. You got then shall it be known. You know that pop up in among them. Then also you got Isaiah 6 speak about, you know,
In time of trouble, there's a seeking early.
Yeah.
Hosea 1.
You know.
But
That's
like,
Jake.
yeah, but I say at that point in time, it could be too late for you guys, man.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're still out here. So really, the warnings are still going out. Ezekiel 3:17 told the Lord, told he's meant to go out and warn my people.
Because right now we're trimming our ways for the Heavenly Father's sake.
Yeah.
Right, we're doing that now, so we don't end up, you know, being caught up in the judgment, man.
Yeah.
We try to convince you to do the same. You can't complain about it when the judgment comes and you're getting caught up in it.
Like you didn't get warned. It's like when they tell you on the news the storm's coming and you got people that refuse to leave the town. They want to stay there, like, because they want to be proud. And I'm going to stay in my house. And then your shit gets turned into fucking, rubble right before your eyes, and you're there crying when they told you to leave the space, bro. It's going to get flooded or it's going to get torn apart.
Jake did that. It was Beryl.
They did.
Benjamin said that it was
When he
Beryl.
was dancing in the street,
What?
like idiot.
Yeah, man.
The day before, the same day. The storm was coming. It was dancing in the streets like idiot.
But these are the same people. Oh, they're stereotyping us. You bloody live up to the bloody stereotype, man.
Yeah, Jake are like wild and fools in the net. Yeah, and you said it. My people saw his children. They're very foolish, man. As long as you can give Jake a song to dance to and some form of entertainment, some folly, Jake will just forget about what's going on in the world, man. Jake don't even realize the enemy's plotting against you right now, right before your eyes. You're out there gallivanting in the middle of the street for the carnival, you know, looking for booty to dance upon, committing adultery. And your enemy's planning to see him, man.
That's it.
None the wiser, and they don't realize that your children and all that is going to affect you, your family, your children, all of that.
Everything, yeah.
It's about putting you into perpetual slavery all over again.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but like it felt like this year, this summer in particular, it was like folly after folly after folly.
Definitely.
Because it was like the football season ended, then immediately was the Euros. Then the Euros ended, immediately Olympics. Olympics ended, football season back again.
Yeah, it's right. They have to keep you distracted.
Yeah.
If the people ain't distracted, then they're gonna have to actually deal with reality, like what's going on in the real world.
And the thing is, as things got worse, they needed more and more distraction.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're coming fast and close together is no surprise because they're doing more and more shit. Shit is getting worse. While they're trying to convince you that they've got a handle on it, things are going to get better. Things are actually getting worse, and they just don't want you to see that.
Yeah, like you mentioned, and the cost of living is going up, taxes are going up, and these politicians are giving you fake promises, telling you they're going to lower taxes. Kamala's talking about she's going to get rid of this and that. As soon as she gets in the first day of office, she's going to get rid of all of this. You know, they're chatting lies to you, man.
This is the worst thing about it. You know, you speak against these things that, you know, politicians might have said in the past or whatever, and they'll say, oh, that's fake news because, you know, my man, you know, he didn't say that or whatever. These men can't even get their facts straight.
No.
You know what I mean? They can't even get their facts straight. But these are people who should be relying on for the truth, for the facts.
False leaders.
Come on, man. They're lying all day, every day.
You know, scriptures talks about putting up leaders of another nation in your stead.
Yep.
They're not part of your brethren. You're not supposed to put them in league to rule over your people because they're not going to be for your people. They're for the destruction of Israelites. Kamala, Trump, whoever.
These are there for their elites, man.
They're
That's what
to
they're
destroy
for.
us. Yeah.
You know, just like the patricians and the plebeians back then.
Yeah.
The patricians are all about themselves. And even the plebeians are really about themselves. They work for the working people, but they're not really for the working people.
Democrats and that.
Yeah.
You know,
it goes to show you just how much of a number Esau does on people. Because they had Nigel Farage, right? He was coming in with his tweed suits. Like that guy's wealthy, but he was the voice of the working class. Like this, like it just goes to show you how stupid the majority of people in this world. Right?
It's all
Witchcraft, straight up. Yep. You know, because if I'm not mistaken, I'll fact check it, but I don't even believe he's domiciled in the UK.
For real? Right.
I'll double check it
Farage.
just now. Farage.
But
Yeah.
when the EDO shit was going on,
He's not in English. He's
he
got a French name.
he's quick to jump out there and start speaking. You know, it always come out. They always come out when events are happening. You know, when the so-called events are happening in the state and all that. That's when you see all these, you know, Tony Blairs and all that come out the woodworks, and they always got something to say, add fuel to the fire and shit, and then they disappear into the back into the back into the sewers wherever they come. So,
It's a hide me, verse Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
yeah, so there's levels of authorities, a hierarchy of wickedness that work in society, man. This is why it goes into Ephesians about we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Like this is a spiritual war, man. And Esau knows this. These left-handers, the wicked elite, the banking elite on the left-hand side, they know straight up that their authority comes from spiritual demon Satan. And they work with that power on the left-hand side to the fullest, man. They worship and they do seances, they speak to demons and that on a regular basis, man. They seek to this, the monthly prognosticators, they're witches, they're warlocks, like the what's that word that they use? They're think tanks, which are basically just witches. That they see to that thing because that's part of their whole establishment, man. That's how they got to their authority and power in the first place. But Jake, they're trying to distance themselves from this being a spiritual people and they're being more fucking carnal nowadays. When we're supposed to be like the most spiritual people on the earth, because the Lord set us apart from all these other nations, man. We're supposed to be like the closest to the Heavenly Father and His Son.
Esau's whole MO is taking power away from us.
Yeah.
Right. So if he's got us acting on a carnal beast level, guess what? We're far away from the Heavenly Father. Far. But the carnal mind is the enmity of the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah.
So if he keeps us on that level, then we can't have no power. We can't ever upset what he's trying to do. Because we kept at the bottom. Because we're the only threat to him.
You notice how Esau's got throughout the industry, social media, music, entertainment. He's got Jake just constantly under that spirit of adultery and all this other bullshit, that sin basically, adding sin to make Jake distance himself more and more from the Heavenly Father, man. So he doesn't return and deliver. He's gonna return anyway. But like the more we, add sin to sin, the more we distance ourselves from that connection, man. We're breaking that connection, and Esau knows that. That's why he's always paying off Jake to sell out and promote violence, murder, death, adultery, and all that. To our people especially. So we stay engulfed in sin, and then we can't break out of it because Jake that's like a generational thing. Jake's has grown up in basically wickedness, man. Like that's why.
And now that's our culture.
It's normal. Like, it's the norm.
That's our culture. That's that culture.
It's the norm to want to, commit adultery and all these. And that's a straight up folly, man. Yeah.
Jake look at you sideways when you say, "Nah, she's got a man."
Yeah.
Like,
on the same body as they are. You're weird.
Yeah.
Like the whole carnival thing. It's all about Bacchus, Bacchanal, and all that celebration of Bacchus, which is supposed to be like some festival, worshipping of the creation and all that. More than the creator. So it's straight up idolatry, man. Wickedness and lascivious and adultery goes on in there. I heard one of the DJs saying, to all the women out here, if your man's not here, don't worry about it. What he doesn't see, doesn't know, and all that.
Wicked.
Do your heart's desires, bitch. Do as thy will. And that's
this is why lightning bolts need to start dropping.
That's where it's gonna come.
You know what I'm saying? And destroy these niggas, man.
That's
Because
why
we
those
promote this
lightning
wicked
bolts.
society amongst us, and it's just destroying our people, man. It just continues like this repeated cycle of destruction at first. And these niggas don't see it, but they don't care.
They don't care.
We care, but we people hate us.
We're
care.
the ones that they put badness for woe to them that put good for Isaiah 5:20. So yeah, I don't want to butcher it. But that's the spirit of this earth.
Yeah.
We got the hate them that rebuke you from the gate. You're telling Jake you're going off, you need to repent, like Jeremiah did, because they thought he was a young man. They thought he's a little boy talking and telling me about my life and you're not experienced nothing. You're not seeing nothing. So Jake just rebellious as hell, tried to kill him and all of that. And the Lord had to come and judge Jake because they're just wicked as all hell. And that's what's coming in these last days. The 2/3, you're gonna get wiped the fuck out, man. And we ain't gonna cry and lament for you, man. When the judgment starts coming, the time of Jacob's trouble is specific for a nation of people that are rebellious against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and that's the 2/3 of Israel. Right? That's what it's mainly for. Esau gonna get involved and all that. They're gonna get fucked up too eventually. But really, Jacob's trouble is for you wicked ass Jakes, man. Women, men, and children.
So we've all gone past the point of feeling sorry for you niggas, man.
Yeah, no.
When you first come in the shoes, like why? Just like Ezra, it's like why? You're feeling bad for his people. It's like you get tired of you niggas, man. Right? And you're acting like idiots, man. And we try to tell you, man, you don't want to hear it. So obviously the most just don't want you, innit? So I can't feel bad about it no more.
And they're a blot on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man.
Yeah, that's it. They're embarrassment. Let's be real. I feel
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
I feel on TV, I feel embarrassed. That's my people. I feel embarrassed.
The stigma and stereotypes and
Yeah.
that are attached to our people.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's like, remember when we used to be on Oxford Circus?
Oh,
Right, we're like, yeah, we're the children of Israel, and then you get guys, they're running with a
Yeah,
knife. It's like,
Like,
oh,
bro,
what
man.
are you doing,
This is crazy,
We're
man.
meant to be elevating ourselves, man,
Yeah.
and you just fucking up shit.
Jake don't
You
want
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Jake think this is the kingdom, man. Even his so-called leaders in Israel think this is the kingdom, man. They want to stay here in this wicked ass place with the alphabet people, man. Fuck
That's
that.
it.
This ain't the kingdom
ain't
of heaven, man.
Because it fit them because
Yeah.
of their wicked behavior, man. And
Because they're making a little money off the congregation and all that.
Yeah,
man.
it is a little money.
Now they're saying that we're not even Hebrew, man. You know, this
Like,
like
you be black.
IUIC,
Be black. Fuck you.
we're the
Be black.
Yeah,
Be black. Fuck you guys,
BHI.
man. You don't want to be Hebrews? Fine. Be black.
We're not Hebrews no more. We don't have a Hebrew language. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Be nothingness, man.
That just shows you that these guys, so-called leaders in Israel, they're just totally gone. They're sold out. They ain't got no oil, you know. And the Lord's not dealing with them, man. And they're waiting to be destroyed. How the hell are you going to come out your mouth and say that we're not Hebrew? I mean, the whole Bible talks about the Hebrew Israelites, man. Abraham the Hebrew, Genesis 14. Before Israel was on the scene, they were called Hebrews. They were called sons of God. What are you talking about? Then Paul even said, I'm a Hebrew of the Hebrew. And all of this other thing. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. What are you talking about, man? How the fuck are we not Hebrew? What is our language if it's not the Hebrew? Like, what are you guys, but you came in the street speaking the Hebrew, you got Hebrew names, you know, but then you're pushing all this Catholicism bullshit because you sold out and to that Faustian bargain with the devil because you're weak-minded and you ain't got no faith in the Lord, man. That's your problem, man. And the Lord gonna deal with you false prophets out there that are pushing all these mad doctrines. That's why it's happening all of a sudden. All these doctrines are coming out the woodworks. Back in the day, it wasn't that bad. Like you have one every couple of months or something like that. A guy will go off and start teaching some madness, and then but now it's like every other fucking week. You're getting some new doctrine coming out, man. Like what the fuck, man? Sooner rather than later, you're gonna say, no, we ain't even 12 tribes no more. You know, that's another nation. You know,
Other nations can come in. It's just it's waxing worse and worse.
that's exactly what it is. Being the Stephen and being the Steve, and they're gonna be waiting to be destroyed. That's all. Yeah, that's all. This is book of 2 Corinthians 11:4. For if he that cometh preaches another Yahushua, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit which ye have not received, or other gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him. Yeah, man, another gospel, another false Messiah. You pushing that Jesus to Christ is blasphemous in itself, man, in the statement of the name. Because that's not the name of the Lord.
But pursuant to that scripture, who was you taught, Nate? Who was you taught about? Was you taught about Jesus Christ?
Exactly.
Or was you taught about Yahweh Shai? Because you seem very convincing in the video you was making. You was taught Yahweh Shai.
Yes, sir.
So what happened? You fell victim
Mm-hmm.
to what we're reading here. You fell victim to another savior.
Exactly.
If you even believe in one anymore.
Yeah, well, he's
You
probably
know?
the savior now. The way they're erecting this guy is
savior,
like,
bro.
it's like Nate's the savior of the nation of Israel. That's how he's trying to. You know, these guys, they want to sit in Moses' seat. That's what the scriptures talk about. That like the knowledge gets to their head, it puffs them up, and then they get beyond themselves, man. That's why the Lord has to choose you. You don't choose the Lord, man. But a certain guy, even the Lord said he cast out a net, and you got good fish and bad fish. You know, but the bad fish are going to get cast out sooner rather than later. And that's the Nates and all these other guys that in this truth for their own godly, you know, supposing gain is godly, their own filthy lucre sake, their God is their belly. Those guys are going to be disposed of sooner rather than later. The Lord said in 1 Peter 4:17, Ezekiel 9 as well. You know, the Lord gonna start getting rid of these false leaders, starting to create. Because when you was on your deathbed, you were screaming Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. As soon as you got healed up, it's Christ, the Most High, and Christ blessing us. Oh, we don't know the name. You know, but there's videos of you, countless receipts of you calling them, saying the name, like you know the name. Even your congregation, they know the name. But all of a sudden, we don't have the name no more. You guys are hypocrites.
Hey, you know, I was watching a montage that Apostle Hart was doing a commentary on, and then Nate was all like, yeah, and I did the best breakdown on the
Yeah, he
name.
did say that, yeah.
Yeah,
He said that, yeah. They speak about it 30 years ago, and
yeah.
I did the best breakdown. I ain't seen a
Maybe-
better video yet.
Maybe so, Nate. Maybe so. Innit?
So then
Well,
what?
That's when you had the oil.
That's the worst thing about it.
That's when you had the oil. You ain't got the oil no more. You said it in your own set by itself.
But even in that, he couldn't be humble.
Yeah,
He couldn't be
exactly.
humble in that.
So I did the best breakdown back then, and over 30 years ago, ain't never been a breakdown ever since on that level.
And it's,
You know,
it's so
so-
great. It was so great. It didn't need changing.
But
Why
why did
you felt need to change
Yeah,
it?
you changed the whole doctrine though. Now you're saying we ain't got the name. So who are you praying to at night time, man? Who are you praying to when you're going through all these catching hell and so on and so forth? You still in 2 Corinthians 11? Okay. Well, you could do it at 11. Jump to verse 22. You know, there's Paul. Apostle Paul said what we are, man. Even the verse, was it Romans 9? He told you we're Israelites, man. Said that he's from the stock of Benjamin and all that, from the nation of Israel. So what the hell are we if we're not Israelites? You're gonna try and say we're like the brother said we're black. Black is not a nation, man. What the hell are you talking about? Black means you're void of fucking light and understanding.
Well, he did say we're not black Hebrews, black evil. Even though he has called themselves black Hebrews.
But he always says black people anyway when he
he
speaks.
does say that.
The BHI or he says black people, like he wants to save all black people. Like we're not here to save all black people. What the fuck are you talking about?
And he knows that he knows we're not black. So then once again, you gotta ask yourself, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
You know, like you go around, for instance, Elam. Well, you get certain Elams, they're black as hell. They're blacker than all of
Some
us
of
here.
them are darkest, the Daleks and all that. Yeah, what's his
Sri Lankans, yeah, you get some dark ass Sri Lankans. Be dark as hell.
Kadash in the Hebrew means dark.
Yeah,
That's one of the sons of Ishmael, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. Kedar.
Kadash, so like,
Yeah.
was one of the sons. That means one of the sons of Ishmael was dark as hell,
Dark as hell, yeah.
looking like a damn hammer in there, man. What are
Even
you talking about?
even among Moab and them, you get dark ass Moabites, man.
Yeah, they used to be dark. So they got all that, they started dealing with
Imagine this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just scrolling through Exodus here, a bit of Genesis, right? And these references, right? They wouldn't be using captivity on the Egyptians, right? They didn't even call us Israelites. They called us Hebrews.
They called us
They called us
man.
Hebrews. They're one of the Hebrews, two Hebrew men
Yeah.
strove together.
Yeah.
Two men of the Hebrews strove together. They didn't even call us Israelites
Thinking
because we didn't even recognize we was not a nation yet like that.
he even mentions
So we was
Joseph.
called Hebrews.
He even mentions Joseph as well. It says Joseph is the Hebrew servant. That was in the time of ancient Egypt. And the 12 brothers was there at the time, but they were still known as Hebrews.
Thus saith Lord God of the Hebrews. Come on, man.
No, but we're not Hebrews.
We're
Bro.
not
We
Hebrews.
can't associate ourselves. And one of our forefathers is named Eber.
Which
I went into the term Eber the other day, and even Iberia, the Iberian Peninsula over there in Spain. That was because they had Israelites over there ruling in Spain. You had the Moors, that ruled throughout Spain during the 800s and all that. But before that, you had the Byzantine Empire. You had Israelites from throughout Europe during the, ruling throughout those different peninsulas, man. The Iberian Peninsula. Why they call Iberian? Because that word Eber goes back to the word Hebrew, which means from the past. The Israelites that was ruling in Iberia.
Bro, can I read this? Bro? This is from Exodus 9, verse 13. This is what the Lord, Yahweh, said to Moses to tell Pharaoh, right?
Yeah.
It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh and say unto him, thus said the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go. Who are who? The Israelites.
So that's another name.
It's anonymous.
That's like a pen name, the Hebrews.
So that's what the Lord told Moses to say to Pharaoh.
Because Shem had 5 sons. They were all Hebrew. Even Esau's a Hebrew.
Yeah.
But who was that talking about specifically? Because Esau wasn't in ancient Egypt. They're talking about the Hebrew Israelites that was in slavery for 400 years. And the Most High told Abraham that was going to happen to your people. So who is he talking about? The Hebrews. He's talking about it before he's talking about the Israelites, man. What the hell? Because Abraham had 2 sons, Ishmael, or 8 sons, but the main sons of the promise, or the main son of the promise is Isaac, but his firstborn was Ishmael. But he even told him before the sons was born that your sons are going to go into slavery for 400 years, man. So who is he talking about? The Hebrew Israelites. We're talking about Ishmael, even though that was his firstborn. So what are you guys talking
That whole
about, man?
thing's part of our identity, man.
It's our identity, man. It's our
Part of
language.
identity, man.
The last
Our
one-
heritage, our lineage.
The Lord said he's going to give us a pure tongue. That's why you get the word Lashon Kodash, which means holy tongue. Or even if you want to get technical, you call it Lashon Tahar, because the word Tahar means pure. And then you get Lashwan, which means language or tongue. So the pure tongue, the Lashon Tahar, is the ancient Hebrew. The Lord said He's going to give us a pure tongue. Someone can get that. Zephaniah 3 and 8. What is that pure language that the Lord said He's going to give us back? What are you talking about? You read 11:22. It's in the book of 2 Corinthians 11 and 22.
Are they Hebrews? So am I.
Are they Hebrews? So am I. This is Apostle Paul talking, and he was a doctorate in the law. Before he became Paul, he was known as Saul, and he was a doctorate in the law, man. He was like, you know, you needed a guy to break down. Yeah, he was the guy to go to. He was basically one of the Pharisees of the Pharisees, the originals, man. And he was raised up by a Pharisee from his father and the Gamaliel and all that. They were raised up in the law, man. So there was no one better.
He was an expert man.
Yeah, there was no one learned man. They talk about the learned men in the scriptures. He was one of those.
More expert than Alizé.
Yeah, and he put away all of that and counted it all as dung to gain Yahweh Shai. So what are you guys talking about? You guys are on the lower level. You guys are boasting in the knowledge that you have, but this is Apostle Paul, man.
Yeah, knowledge of it as well. Knowledge.
You are on the level of Apostle Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most of the New Testament was written by Apostle Paul, man. What have you done? You just out there opening your mouth talking. Go ahead.
Are they Israelites? So am I.
Yeah, you got guys saying that we can't call ourselves Israelites. It says, are we Israelites? So am I. This is what Paul was saying, man. He was recognizing and acknowledging our nationality as a people. Go ahead.
Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
And check this as well, right? Because obviously, right now we're in the land of captivity, right? We're Gentiles, right? In this form, we don't necessarily speak Hebrew like that. So you can say, yeah, but we don't speak Hebrew like that, so we can't call ourselves Hebrew. But Paul's saying to the Gentiles essentially that we're the same.
Yeah.
And that I'm a Hebrew. Are you not Hebrew?
Exactly.
You all come from the same family, so yeah, we are. Regardless whether or not they spoke Hebrew or not, because they were Greek, they were being Greeks and all this other stuff, right?
But he said it. There's no difference between a Jew or Greek. He said that too. Why did he say that? Because he's saying we're the same people. It don't matter about where you're living at, your location, and all that.
Yeah,
we come from the same line of fathers, man. That's what he was trying to establish. That's why the Lord sent him, because he had that knowledge, man. And he knew languages. He speak very different. He was a linguistic. He spoke like various languages.
You knew the language, you knew the history.
Exactly. He knew the law. He was a learned man. So who better to send to those voyages than the man Apostle Paul, man?
Yeah.
That's
why Peter couldn't do that, bro.
Peter couldn't do it. The other disciples couldn't do it because they weren't learned. They weren't learned. They were fishermen for the most part. You know, they were just working average jobs and all that. You know, they weren't. Go ahead.
Sluggy.
Go ahead.
No, you're saying, and Paul had the like the legal standing, if you will, like a Roman citizen.
Yeah, he was up there. He could have run for Senate and all that if he wanted to. He could have been an emperor, one of them things. Eventually, he wanted to, but he didn't want to go down that road because the Lord had a different path. But he could have actually got, if he wanted to, he could have been the head of the Sanhedrin and all that. He could have been higher than Caiaphas and all that, man. You know?
Yeah, the accolades.
The accolades. He was persecuting the church. He was putting Jake to death, bro. And the Lord had mercy upon him and knocked him off the horse and humbled him. So what's going to happen to Nate? The Lord locked off Apostle Paul off the horse. What's going to happen to your ass, Nate? You're walking out here all proud and shit.
We'll be down. I'm gonna stay down.
You're gonna knock you off that horse. You ain't gonna get back up.
Yeah, because they were falling off on a horse, like especially if you get that horse kick when they give the man Christopher Reeve.
Bro, I was about to say, right now they're doing a documentary on Christopher Reeve when he dropped the fake Superman when he dropped off that horse and bust up his whole body. So if Nate gets knocked off that next horse, doing whatever Passover, what he's gonna be doing, you might not get back up the same person again. Yeah. You might be crippled from the neck down, like Christopher Reeve. Then you're gonna be screaming Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai through a computer screen. You're gonna be doing that then. I'm not even trying to make mockery, but that's how you said it in the video. You know, making mockery. You're an idiot, man. The Lord will knock you off that horse. Make sure you get crippled like Christopher Reeve, man. Keep fucking around.
Move like what's his face, like Stephen Hawking. Like,
Who's speaking through a computer screen?
Yeah. Maybe we'll get the Neuralink.
Oh,
Right? So
let's see if you're gonna be pushing the name of the Lord. It's Christ, land. You're gonna see if you're gonna be saying that bullshit there. You know, because the Lord's terrible, man.
Yeah.
There's worse things than death. The Lord don't have to just kill you. He can just paralyze you from the neck down. What are you gonna do then?
Look at the example of King David, because that's it. People may, it's not that I've ever heard anyone say that, but someone may say, but well, the Lord didn't kill King David yet, but killed his son.
Yeah, the Lord killed his firstborn, man. Well, not firstborn, but one of his sons.
Killed his son, man.
Well, this thing, what King David brought a whole bunch of other problems.
Exactly.
Right, he had the beef with his son Absalom.
Exactly.
Right, he ended up being put to death
Yeah,
too.
his own son.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that happen around King David, not directly to him,
Yeah, but
because of
around-
things he's
yeah.
done.
And that brings sorrow, man.
and that
Yeah.
shows you that
Because he was upset. He was very upset about Absalom, even
Yeah,
though
of
he
course.
persecuted
he was,
him.
he was weeping more than 7 days. It
Yeah,
said.
man.
He went over the threshold. Like he was 7 days supposed to be weeping for your dead and all that. But he was like over that.
So
Because
no,
he loves Absalom, man.
yeah, so the Lord was still getting at David.
Yeah.
You know, he's still
That,
getting at David.
that's an example of us not being perfect, even though that's the head king of the nation of Israel. But that shows you that when in this flesh you go off, man.
And
You're subjugated to sin because of this fucking flesh. We're not perfect yet.
And the Lord
When
have
we get-
mercy on whom he have mercy, man.
yeah.
When we get
Also,
into the
thank you.
kingdom, that's when we're going to be totally perfect. We're going to have the laws, statutes, and judgments innately put in us, in our minds, you know, the Dawa. And then, you know, we're going to be totally perfect bodies, all of that. We're never going to commit any sins ever again, man.
Yeah.
Even a thought of sin is not going to enter into our minds. But that just shows you throughout the history that we were broken and we went through, like, you know, tribulations and that because we had to.
Yeah.
And the Lord put us in these bodies of sin.
Yeah. But and once again, there are certain things that are worse than death, man.
And it doesn't because we're in these sins of bodies of iniquity. It doesn't give us a license to sin
Yeah.
and a license to push madness as well. You know, filthy communication coming out your mouth, like it says in the scriptures, man. Let not filthy communication come out your mouth. So if you know the name, and it's not too hard, like the Apostle Elder Tahar said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not hard to pronounce.
You know what I was thinking? I need to do some more research on it. It's like there are certain like vowels that are quite hard depending on where you're from to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, how, what is that? That's like your mouth can do that.
Yeah, it's as
You
natural.
know,
It's like
it's
when you come
natural,
out as a baby, you're speaking Hebrew when you come out of the womb of your mother, man. When you come out as a baby, you ain't speaking English. You're speaking broken Hebrew. You're saying Abba, you're saying Dada and all that, you know, Abba, Mama and all that. That's how you speak. So that's Hebrew,
Yeah.
man. That's the ancient tongue. That's the last one Kodash.
Yeah.
And what's purer than a baby, man?
Yeah.
What's more pure than a baby that's never committed sin in that life form, in that lifetime? Because he's come out fresh from the womb, from the heavens, man.
That's it.
That's where you come from, the spiritual realm, man. You know, the ultimate matrix, the spiritual,
Yeah.
the fourth dimension. You come fresh out of your mother's womb. You're speaking the ancient language of the angels, right?
Zephaniah. Zephaniah 3 and 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
Pure language.
Last
The
one,
last one,
Tahar,
Kodash, or the last one, Tahar, if you
Yeah.
want to get technical. The pure language is the ancient Hebrew. So what are these guys talking about, man? And even the other day, I saw something on the socials, and they were saying even the DNA, down to your DNA chromosomes and all that, the molecules, when you check out the numbers, they said when they identify it with the Hebrew, that and the numbers and the letters basically, and the chromosomes, it adds-
Numerology.
yeah. But the basically the numbers is 5, 6, 6, 5 or something like. But basically in the ancient Hebrew, it spells out Yahweh.
And you know what as well? To back because the Lord put that vibration throughout the world. You think about 12 hours in a day,
Mhm.
right? 12 months in a year, roughly, or whatever. What have you?
Spiritual.
All of those kinds of numbers all
12 is
throughout.
very spiritual.
You know?
12 disciples,
Yeah.
you know, all of that. You know? Yeah, it's very spiritual, man. And everything goes back to the heavens, man. Goes back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Even down to our DNA. They were
Mhm.
saying that the DNA molecules, when you check it out, is Abba Gada, Hawa, Abba Gada, Hawa. Yeah, when you check out the numbers, it's like 5, 6, and then other two numbers. It basically spells out Yahweh. So everything down to our DNA is from the heavens, man, from the creation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So you can't, it's undeniable. Only people that are denying this is wicked ass niggas, man. They don't want to accept the truth. But you know, the Lord's coming, man. And that's one thing you can't stop. The Lord is coming, man. Yahweh Shai is gonna return very soon. Before you people know it, man. It's when you least expect it, it's gonna come as a thief in the night. And when he returns, you people are fucked, man.
And the signs are there, as you touched on. The video Pastor Tahar did of Kenya. Well, I would say it's something like just keep
Major prophecy, man.
major prophecy.
That's why we keep speaking about it.
Yeah.
And these other camps, they ain't even acknowledging it. But that's like the biggest prophecy on the earth right now. The digital IDs, they're saying that it's going to come out in December in Kenya or whatever, different parts of the earth. They're saying they want to push these digital IDs in the UK from September. Australia, they got their own version. Like, it's here, man.
Everyone's working on it. Everyone's working on it. You like I said, it's like the country that I was birthed in. That's like a third world country. they've now got biometric passports.
Yeah.
You know, they're working on the CBDC. These are the countries where it's like, oh, we need to send aid. So why the hell are they working on the CBDC? Aren't there more important things
They're like
up front?
stomping grounds for the New World Order.
Exactly.
The testing grounds for the New World Order. Trial and error. That's why Bill Gates is always over there testing the vaccine shots on the people to see how fast he can eradicate nations and tribes and all that, man, throughout these vaccine trials. And now they want to push the digital IDs over there in West Africa so they know how to operate with the rest of the people on the earth. It's all trial and error.
It's from 1 Corinthians 14 and 38. So if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. You guys are probably staying away from these topics.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to address them.
Line leaders.
You know, they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, and ultimately because the Lord probably doesn't want you to acknowledge the truth so he can destroy you, man. Because anyone that doesn't receive the love of the truth, you know, basically you're part of the 2/3 that's going to be destroyed and judge and destroyed. You're probably the ones that's going to end up taking the seat hit so the Lord can destroy you. Because not every Israelite's going to make it on this go around, man. This ain't ancient Egypt when all the 12 tribes made it out of ancient Egypt.
Yeah, no, they didn't make it though to the land.
Yeah, they didn't make the 40 years in the wilderness. Yeah, they didn't even make it. But this time go around, the Lord's not even delivering all that. The Lord said he's delivering the elect. The rest of you are going to be destroyed, man. You ain't even going to make it off the shores of America if you're in the land, man. So you're going to be made part of the earth all over again. Back to the earth which you was made from.
And let's be real, the majority of our people, that's the only thing for them, man.
Yeah.
Like, so you see certain videos that come out of, say, like, Chicago, how grimy them niggas are.
Yeah.
You know, as in, obviously the grimy niggas are in that land. But what they refer to it as Chirac. Here it is, which the scripture says, Job 4:7, none innocent. Right, but you just have like a young child just walking and they get killed in a drive-by shooting.
Lord said my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Man. Hosea 4 talks about how they, the controversy with Zion, how they're out there murdering each other, blood touching blood, innocent killings and so on. Because Jakes are like wild fucking bulls in the net, man. Like, that's why even Klaus Schwab said 600 billion people gotta get wiped out. Was it 600 billion? 6 billion Slakia need to be wiped off the face of the earth. And that was from a couple years ago. Because there's obviously the population right now is over 8 billion. He made that statement a few years back or something like that, but it still, adds to the, accumulates to the same amount because there's billions of jakes on the earth that are going to be eradicated, man. Yeah. And they want to maintain humanity under 500 million, according to the Georgia Guidestones, but they're going to wipe off 6 billion people either end of this year or early next year. That's their agenda, and that's part of the New World Order because they don't want everyone. They don't want a lot. Yeah. Useless eaters.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Like when you're out and about, you kind of just observing these people, like and
see better people. Yeah, that are just on the earth.
Just on the earth. Like I said, you get these Edomites. I think, as the elder always likes to say, that they're high IQ. When you watch them, it's like these guys are stupid. You know, the majority of them took the juice. Most people are just stupid. A city like London really lets you see. It's like I see why it's terrible driving in London because the people can't even walk properly in this city, man. It's just sheep, right? So you see that the majority of people are actually just useless eaters. They can't think for themselves, right? What they call it, critical thinking,
herd mentality,
right?
Want to see one person doing it, follow a multitude to do evil. It's like with a stab and jab. He told people to go line up and take it. A few people resisted, and then everyone took it. One person started taking it, then everyone started taking it.
Well, that's because you was reading Psalm 64 earlier on. Well, one of the verses in there speaks about performing a diligent search. Now, the 20th century, mid 20th century, was 1960s and that, right? He was doing a lot of experimentation, right? And and then full, but in terms of like psychology, and one of the things I don't know when this particular one was done is they basically had people in a room, right? And you had a guy in the lab coat that basically was telling the people to press the buzzer that would zap someone else with electricity, right? Now most people could see that the other person was getting hurt, right? But the doctor kept saying, no, it's okay. He's not being hurt. despite everything that they were seeing, that the other guy was being hurt,
Screaming and all that.
screaming and everything, the people would keep pressing the button. Why? Because they don't think for themselves.
They're controlled monkeys.
They're controlled monkeys, and Esau understands this. That's why he will have your certain celebrity or your certain a political class, basically your people on the TV to come out and pronounce certain things because he knows that people are just gonna go with it.
Some MK Ultra type shit.
Exactly.
To hypnotize you, program you. That's why they put certain themes, certain colors.
Yeah.
Because they know that these things can program people. They push a lot of red, a lot of black, you know, a lot of simulations and all that, showing you that people are like the black and checkerboard colors. That's a sign of neutrality. So they push a lot of that so they can bemuse you, man. This is how they hypnotize you through the damn TV screen and that social wicked ass media you people prescribe to, man. But you can't stop looking at every fucking 20 seconds.
It's about to keep his princess running because we're doing
Can't. We gonna get into it.
I did hear that's why like Facebook is blue.
Yeah.
There's that. It's an actual psychological thing.
Then you got the black X, Twitter X, it's all black. You know. Then you got Meta. Because Esau knows that to tap into people's subconscious, you need to do it on a level, a spiritual level, but in wickedness on the left-hand side. That's how he taps into people's subconscious. Let's get into it.
Right. So I'll get what quoting Psalm 64:5. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily.
Yeah, they do these. They behind closed doors. They set up these meetings, the Bilderbergs, the G7s, all these different meetings, Bohemian Grove, planning people's demise, namely the nation of Israel, because they shoot in secret at the perfect. Well, who the people are the perfect? Well, that space was supposed to be on the face of the earth are the children of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because we're the chosen people of the Lord. And these devils know that. And they're envious of us because they gave up their birthright going back a couple thousand years ago because they was hungry, you know, and didn't want to maintain their birthright. They gave it up. But that wasn't for them anyway. Because the scripture said that the elder shall serve the younger. And that was before there was, when they was being born. So the promise was always for Jacob anyway, man. It just had to play out the way it played out. But since then, Esau's always had a perpetual hatred for the children of the Lord. Perfect. And his main job right now, his main objective is to destroy the children of Israel and get back that blessing. Let him finish that. You finish that?
Just a little bit more. Says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?"
Yeah, as if behind closed doors they do all these meetings, but now because of the internet, people are starting to see that there's a shadow government. You know, there's people behind the scenes. There's a small group of elite that are planning people's lives and demise. You know, and that pay and financial and basically are tyrannical leaders behind closed doors. And people don't understand that they're the true kings of the earth. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, which are the banking elite. Like the other day, there was talk about on Fresh and Fit. It was going into the Bolshevik Revolution, Lenin and Stalin and all that. But who set these guys up? It was the Rothschild family, man. Because they wanted to take down Nicholas and steal all his gold and wealth and destroy him and his family. And they were Israelites. The Bolshevik Revolution was set up by the wicked elite, just like every other fucking revolution or proxy war was set up by the wicked elite. Because why? Because they control the scenes behind closed doors. They're the underworld, basically. You know, Black Blade said, quote, "The world you live in is a sugar-coated top. The real world is beneath. The real world is talking about the spiritual demons on the left-hand side fighting against angelic forces on the right-hand side, man. That's the war that we're fighting."
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inner thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, and that's why they set up tablets like the Georgia Guidestones. And you got Klaus Schwab talking about they want to eradicate 6 billion people because they do a diligent search. They're very analytical, man. They believe what was the whole promo during the whole COVID pandemic? Trust the science. They trust in their fucking science, man. That's their god, science, man, and technology. They don't trust in Yahweh.
Esau say so.
Yeah.
That's who they change at any moment.
That's who they trust in, man. Trust in the science. That's all they was. Even though it was killing people, massacring people. Then Fauci went into the underground somewhere. Now no one knows where he's at. All of a sudden he's got some new hay fever, whatever the fever that he got. Because they're promoting all these different new pestilences out there in the West. You notice this last week they got the mosquito pestilence just rising. They got some other pestilence. Then they got the mpox. Like the Lord said that these things were going to happen, man. So they're just looking for a new strategy to push this lockdown. But they do that through diligent searches, man. They're the top researchers of this earth. That's why the scripture says that they're wiser than Daniel. Because Esau does nothing but hardcore research on the people. And then he tests out his science experiments on the Goyim, man. Like the C-Vid and all that. Now he's going into the digital IDs, you know? But the Lord's going to destroy him and his enterprise very soon, like I told you in Job 5.
Yeah, there's a document,
Get Job 5 and 12, bro?
yes, I'm gonna read it briefly. It says, like, official NASA document confirm plans for mass extinction events in 2025.
And they notice how they always push in 2025. But Esau, scripture says no man knows the time. But even Esau on the left-hand side, they know that there's a time scale for what they want to do. They don't know the time of the date. No man knows the time except the Heavenly Father. And that's even another credence to how the Heavenly Father and the Son are the same people. Man. You got guys out there talking about Yahweh Shai is the same as Yahweh. No, they're not. Because even Yahweh Shai doesn't know the time and the date of the end of this world. Only the Heavenly Father, man. So what are you talking about? But anyway, back to the subject. These devils, I don't forget what I'm saying. But these devils on the left hand side, they got different devices, man.
Yeah.
That they're gonna promote out here and use. Well, the main wicked device that they got is that C-hit technology, man. And a lot of people are gonna end up taking it because they're gonna be deceived.
On what you just said about faith to Christ. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, these devils know that they're on a time scale.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep pushing, promoting. It used to be 2020, 30 or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
But now it's not 2030 no more. Now it's 2025. They have to fast track this new world order because they know that the time's running out. They're seeing the chariots, they're observing through their satellites that there's more chariot sightings than ever. And they're making themselves more known. There's more spiritual events happening on the earth than ever before. There's more earthquakes in diverse places and so on and so forth. So these devils know, the time of the Lord is coming. But on the right hand side, you got the real watchmen of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, starting from the apostles and elders, a great millstone, watching and warning the Israelites of what's about to come, the impending doom.
And we expose we expose them in Esau.
Exposing Esau's plans, the things of Esau that are searched up. The prophets are the one exposing it. Before the apostles and elders, a great millstone came on the scene, no one knew anything about the nation of Edom. They weren't talking about no Edomites. They didn't know who Esau was. So who are the ones that brought out that information throughout the ages? So the prophets, man, the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
And he, with all of his monitoring tools, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, your phone, WhatsApp, however it is, he's understanding that more and more people are waking up to
being aware.
Yeah, they're aware. Whether they're fully in the truth or not, he can see there's a lot more people that once again, we keep saying it. Seeking some kind of answers. Yeah. Before they were just happy with the status quo, i.e., just the way things are. But more and more people are you get a lot of people are like, look, man, y'all took the truth. I don't know what the hell I took.
Now they're saying in Japan they had to come to some state of emergency because they found out millions of people got nanobots in their body.
Right.
Now they state of emergency in Japan. There's some other state of emergency or something else that's going on over there. But basically, all those people that took those fucking stabbing jabs, you put all kinds of shit in your body that
I have no idea.
Foreign bodies inside of you ain't supposed to be in nanobites, whatever. And now you're now you're set up for Esau to just basically bag and tag your ass, man.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the technology that Esau's gonna use to basically control the masses in these last days. You got the wicked elite. They probably know who we're talking about. They probably come from a meeting. One of them lodges around the corner and all that. They got the MO of what the plan is, man. And that's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with these demons and high levels, man. These devils know what we're talking about. That's why they keep turning around. They know what we're talking about. But Jake don't know. Jake will just go around, walk around blindly, don't understand that we're wrestling against some spiritual forces out here in the highest level. They just think we're just mere mortals and shit. It's all right. Yeah.
Something they can monitor you, you're watching videos and stuff like that.
Smart devices.
Yeah, smart devices. Yeah.
Because the smart is the actual acronym let me look it up again. It means surveillance, something management uh, analysis or something like that, recording technology. It's an actual acronym, man, SMART. And they got all these things in them devices. And that's why they want to set up smart cities. It's all about surveillance, control.
This one, Ezekiel 33, verse 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon the land, the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him up for their watchmen. Right? Because isn't it the Most High doing all this? All these plagues and pests that are happening in the world, even though the Most High is using Esau to kind of bring about all this stuff, is it not the Lord? Is not the Lord making them do this? Of course it is. So it's the Most High bringing this evil, bringing war upon this earth and so on, right?
Yeah. Well, it says that.
He's one bringing the sword.
Yeah.
Verse 3, when he seeth the sword, when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. That's what we've been set up to do, to warn the people, right? Because no one's breaking it down like we're breaking it down. You got these different analysis and different, walks of life and industry and stuff like that. They can see little bits and pieces, little glimpse into what the future might hold.
Yeah.
But none of them ever see the actual future.
Yeah.
None of them know that America's going to be destroyed. No one's willing to admit that, right? No one's about to acknowledge or admit that we're the children of Israel, right? The 12 tribes, the children of Israel. No one's prepared to acknowledge that or adopt that, right? So they don't think we're going to be delivered, right? There's a whole bunch of, they don't think they're going to go into slavery. There's a whole bunch of stuff they're just not going to cover.
We can't add it up,
right? They're never going to get that picture.
Because the Lord said he revealed his secrets until he served us the prophets, right?
Yeah.
And he said he gave them a special unction, man, an oil, that never runneth out, that runneth over. And that oil is talking about the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So we're able to add up all these things to put the jigsaw to basically put the puzzle together. This complex jigsaw, which is the scriptures.
And nobody else is capable of doing that.
They can't do it because the Lord's not dealing with them. The Lord's not supping with them.
So you might want this guy and that guy or this prepper, and he knows what's going on. You don't know what's going on.
A lot of these preppers are going to die.
He knows about these. Yeah, so what? What does that mean? Just because you know?
Yeah.
What does it mean? You don't mean shit. What are you going to do?
You got a lot of guys that know they're Israelites, but they're not doing anything about it. You got a lot of jakes that know they're Israelites, but they're not doing anything about it. They're just sitting on the fact that they're Israelites. But there's more to this story, man. You got to put your your hand to the plow and all these things.
That is the role of the prophets to understand these things.
Yeah.
Right. Really piece it all together.
Yeah.
Right.
We're hired to.
Yeah, we're not experts in history. We're not experts in this and that, but we understand what's going on through the Spirit. We understand. We see through the prophecies that we have.
Well, the prophets are going to have 100% truth. That's why apostles and elders of Great Millstone say that, not proudly, but they do, because the Lord's broken down that, giving them that knowledge from that level. So they do have 100% understanding when it comes to these scriptures, man. That's why no one can test them.
Yeah. I was gonna say on the point that the elder just made, right? It's you basically end up because we're not experts in those fields as the world looks, but that's the Lord in First Corinthians said that I'm not looking for that.
That's right. Not many wise.
Exactly.
There's not many wise, not many mighty.
Yeah.
Right. He's not picked out the experts of this world because that's the wisdom of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's foolishness.
We're taken from it.
Yeah. And even if you may have a brother that studied medicine, right, or whatever, what have you, maybe they're a doctor, but if they're speaking to the Arkin, they'll be like, yo, you don't touch that shit.
Yeah, well, the word doctor means to falsify, so they know that that's not the real true wisdom.
Exactly.
Because the only person that Esau thinks a doctor is those that follow his rules.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to take that.
Otherwise you ain't really a doctor.
You lose your license.
You have to take the Hippocratic oath, which means you're an actor. You're faking the front, basically. So you're basically worshiping, Esau on the left-hand side through the doctorate industry,
Yeah. And that's all part of his image.
Yeah.
You worship his system, the way he does things. People don't want to not be a part of that.
So this is the highest knowledge, wisdom, understanding is basically in the scriptures. There is no higher form, and none shall want her mate. You got the Quran, all these different books, Hebrew Negroes, but they don't have prophecies in their books, man.
It's like Google, right? Google's got so much information on it, right?
Spiritual Google.
If you can't make sense of it all, what's the point of having all that knowledge? There's no point.
It's got vast number of wisdom and understanding on there. But
more than a human could actually hold inside themselves right now, right? The role of the prophet is they understand, they can filter, they can put it all together, man. And that's what puts us above everybody else.
Yeah, we can use the spiritual Google to filter things through the scriptures because that's the spiritual, you know, the modern day light and perfection. Yeah, the Urim and the Thummim, that's the modern day Urim and the Thummim for us. So we use that as a spiritual Google to, you know, enlighten us, enlighten the elect through these scriptures, man. That's what we use the, you know, the as a basis basically when we do certain research, get certain articles, information, PDFs and all that files, and we can filter it through the scriptures to make shit more clearer.
If I can say one of the things that you're starting to see with the Googles more and more is information disappearing, man.
Yeah, no, because that's the famine of the word.
Exactly. Things that you used to be able to find easy, you can't find them no more. You're restricted.
Shadow ban.
Yeah, the algorithms just ain't surfacing it anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, you just thought, you know, type
Everything
of
is
It's way there in the back.
way there
way
in
at
the
the
back.
back.
Yeah.
Archive.
10 billion search.
Yeah,
today.
Archive,
yeah.
innit? Yeah, you know, these
You know?
guys like the archive shit.
And we're like, oh, yeah, we haven't removed it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's way back, man.
Yeah.
And you ain't
It's
gonna
just
see it.
somewhere in the cloud where you just got to tap into that matrix to find it.
Them articles don't see daylight.
Yeah,
You know?
but Esau knows Esau's doing that because why? Because that wealth of information
Well-
has exposed their plans.
Dangerous.
And it's too dangerous. That's why the Rockefeller said we should have never created the internet, man. Because they exposed our fucking plans, man. Now everyone knows who the fucking Illuminati is and so on and so forth. If they want to type it and look it up, they can find the research of who's the wealthiest bankers on the face of the earth.
They can
Just
find
type
they
it
can
up,
find names and shit.
companies, all of that, and they can backtrace. They can trace everything back because everything's archived and they got dates on them and shit like that. Like even with the CVID thing, like you wanted to type in certain information about certain who owns this copyright or who owns this you know pattern and all this, you can find out and trace certain information. It's got names and dates on it, man. And then it exposes the whole fucking plan for the wicked elite.
It's like-
Agenda 101.
So I was thinking about the Ministry of Truth in 1984.
Yeah, Orwellian.
Yeah, because like you can be searching on Google, don't exist. Then you may be like, look, I'm gonna search the AI, and then the AI will give you an answer, make you believe it's true. It's straight up made up.
Information.
Yeah. False information, man.
And that's leading to what? The famine of the word, which is coming slowly
Real
but surely
true.
because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got the war and the freedom of speech right now. And that's why you got all these guys like the Tates and all these Snowden, yeah, but I was gonna say something else. Whistleblowers, but I was gonna say snowblowers. some mad shit, some mad translations. But you got whistleblowers that are getting exposed and certain people in a mainstream, but they're also paid opposition, man.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, agents of the fucking wicked elite shills
Yeah.
that are doing their job to act like they're against the system, but really
Yeah.
they're for the system.
Because
Like
it's all
Alec Jones
it's all
and
for
shit.
confusion's sake.
Yeah.
Man, he's all he runs with these different angles for confusion's sake. Because it creates these rifts in society. Right?
Yeah.
To create because he wants order and chaos is one of their mottos.
Yeah.
They need to create chaos.
To get the
So they need to
order.
put the truth out there for people to stand up against it, right?
Yeah.
And to have this fight, this conflict, right? So he needs that.
Out of many, one. You know, I just think because out of many, that implies that people aren't
Women,
together,
yeah.
right? But then to make them one, is because you go from that division, you put them together. Like I've still not verified it yet, but there's that law allegedly in California about how which I keep hearing about it, like they're giving like immigrants money to down pay for a
The
yard,
mortgages and shit, 0%
0%.
interest and shit like that.
Man, I need something like
Yeah,
that.
You know, but what's that gonna? Let's be
gonna
real.
cause
Yeah,
fucking civil war.
That made me vex.
That would me. If they did that in London, I'm gonna be
But
like,
that's why
yo, I'm
people are kicking off.
suffering.
That's why all these nations are kicking off, man, because you got this actual American citizens, like we're paying all this rent and all this, and you got immigrants coming over the border, and you're looking after them, and a lot of them are coming out of them prisons in Venezuela, them psychiatric wards and shit, and there was articles coming out saying that they got told we're gonna set you free, but you gotta go straight to America
Yeah.
to get them benefits, man.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of murderers going crossing the borders over there, going to the shores of America, and they're getting free, rights and immigration rights, and they're getting housed and all of that. And then the American citizens are like, what the fuck's going on? That's why they're getting pissed off about the border, because they're getting millions and millions of basically Israelites from the Northern Kingdom going over into the shores of America.
And as the elder touched on a couple of weeks ago, right? These things are planned,
Yeah,
right?
it's planned.
They're supported. It's not like, because once again, if you're a foreign state, right, you would just pretend like you send a whole load of agents to the border, make them pretend, and then now they've infiltrated America.
That's why they're not closing the border.
Exactly.
It's a planned demolition.
Dangerous shit.
It's a planned demolition, and doing the same thing over here in Europe. Bare people coming over in the border, docks and all that. You know, yeah, bare people coming over here from the docks and all that. That's why you had the EDL riots. They say they want to take Britain back. All these immigrants are coming in. You are housing them in hotels.
This is what I was going to say. So there's no surprise why these things will create all this tension, all this friction, and create all these uproars of the people. Right? What would you have there?
Market 2.
Okay, grab that.
Market 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right, so it's an orchestrated thing that they're doing. Because they know these things are going to cause tension and conflict between people. That's why there's going to be basically war, civil war in these different places. Because
that's it. You need
like that the Daniel's prophecy or Daniel's dream they broke down with the toes of clay and iron, and they couldn't mingle themselves. They mingled together, but they were not together. Right? It's creating all these issues, right?
Yeah.
And that's I'm going to read this in 2 Ezra 9. It says that's right. 2 Ezra 9 verse 1. He asked me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So these are things we must be watching out for. You understand that issue that we're talking about immigration stuff is an issue.
Yeah.
And people are feeling away about it. Yeah. As we're seeing. Right? It's not coincident.
Yeah.
Because the government knows exactly where this road leads to, but they still do it anyway. Because always it's going to piss people off.
Yeah. You need the conflict that we're saying. You don't need it.
So when thou seest pass the sign pass, which I told you before, which this is one of them, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, people get more and more frustrated.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, people get more and more frustrated, man. There's no peace on the earth.
Yeah. It's total uproars.
It's turmoil here.
Sedition. Yeah.
And that's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what the Most High wants to fulfill prophecy.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, that's right. So what we're seeing is not coincidental. Right? It only leads to where it says in the scriptures, the prophecies. It's where it leads to.
And what's the ultimate solution to this immigration problem? You know, ID. Digital ID, which is going to lead to what? The C hit
problem action solution.
That problem reaction solution. That's why they're letting this shit happen. That's why they're letting people jump through the borders and all that. Before they used to be very restrained. We're very restricted, man. Like people couldn't even get close to the border, they'll get shot down.
Yeah, exactly.
Mexicans and all that, but now all of a sudden shit's
you become a citizen of the world.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
you can go where you go and everyone knows exactly what you is, where you are, where you came from, everything about you.
And the thing is, I was thinking about like work and tax, right? Because when you've got a digital ID, they know exactly how to tax you in the right jurisdiction and stuff like that, where you are. So you can go to another country, do a little bit of work, right? You keep the cash or whatever, what have you, but the local government can tax you. Then I was also thinking about that deep fake and then how you can make it seem like someone wasn't somewhere. But then I was like, oh no, but you know, if you got this device, it's always gonna know where you be. Did you ask him get the notification on your phone the other day? If you got an Android, they've just changed the find your Android thing. So now you can find it even if it's off, right? And the way it works is, and this because phone theft is the big thing, right? But the way it works is it pings different Bluetooth devices are pinging, and it can tell you the last known location of where it was, right? Even if it was turned off. And you just think, well, they're just gonna do that with them on TV.
That's the type of technology that the police used to use, especially if they want to find out about criminals. If there was in a certain area, they'll ping certain areas and find out your last location, and they'll use that information to say you said that you wasn't there, but your phone says you was there. You're lying. Then they'll know that you did committed a crime. You said you didn't commit.
Or that you lied at least.
Or you didn't. Like I was saying, because of the AI, they can make it look like you committed a crime now.
No, definitely.
Well, that's all Minority Report.
They
AI the image. He didn't actually do it, or wasn't gonna do it because it's free crime, right? But they
AI
framed
made
him.
him think that.
Through AI, they framed him.
And that's how Esau uses that technology for mischief. It talks that belly, the mischief's in their belly, and that's what talks about their technology, their AI, all of that, because they're going to use that information to criminalize people. They're going to criminalize us. They're going to use that to defame us, to demonize us, demonize this truth.
They're going to use it to get rid of those people who don't want.
Because
we're on lists. You know, everyone that's in certain things on the internet stuff, they're on lists, right? And the government knows who they need to get rid of, and who's willing to go along with it.
The red list, the blue list, the yellow list. The red, yellow, and blue list are the list that the elites got for people they want to eradicate for this new world order.
And so to justify these guys that need to get rid of, guess what? They got all the tools there to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, they did this and they did that.
Yeah.
We didn't do shit, but they got evidence there,
Evidence, yeah.
whether it be AI or deepfake, whatever, that these man something needs to happen to these guys.
It's no different from the ancient world. The only thing is technology, because 2,000 years ago, they tried to, false accuse the Lord and the disciples and all that, telling them, saying that they did crimes that they didn't commit.
But now they can put a video to it.
Now they can put technology to it, yeah.
You know,
They
most
can put a face
yeah.
to the name, basically.
And even if people, especially if they hate our message, which a lot of people hate our message as it is, right?
Oh,
They're just
believe
gonna,
it. They believe it.
they'll just they,
Kill them and all that. yeah.
exactly. Even if they can see that the video don't look quite right, they're
So
just gonna be like,
authentic, yeah.
fuck it, let's do it.
Yes, it's good
Well,
enough.
most people don't see the deepfake. Like they don't see past
Yeah.
it. Because that's what it's meant to do. You're meant to see past it. All those that really stay there, analyze it properly, you're gonna say like, oh, that's not right. That's not right here.
So,
Most people expect it.
so they expect the demonization of, the famine of the world. All that's coming, man. That talks about the insurrection against them that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's gonna be a great insurrection, man. Going into the time of Jacob's trouble. But the only difference is the Lord's gonna protect his men throughout that time of Jacob's trouble. That's
Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, which is coming, right? Pestilence is already here,
yeah.
but they're going to get worse because they already planning that disease X and all that kind of shit. They're waiting for it, right? But earthquakes in diverse places.
Yeah, you had an earthquake just a couple of days ago. I think it was in one of them states in America. One of them. There's been a couple earthquakes in the past couple of weeks, man. Off the Richter scales, man.
The year began with that, and that's how quick things are moving in this world. The year began with a major earthquake in Japan, and they've had one recently as well, but it was like off the coast. But then they're basically now speaking about the big one for
I heard
Japan.
yeah, there's supposed to be a big one coming. And that's probably Esau using his machinery,
Exactly.
to just tear people up. But that's the will of the Lord anyway. The Lord said, if evil be done in the city, it's the Lord that's done it, man. So, we're in a time of great death and destruction. That's what we're trying to tell you people. And that's what the prophets always prophesied when it was on the scene. That's why there was the most hate. It was never loved and revered like these, these false pastors out here and even fake leaders in Israel, man. If you're teaching the truth, 100% truth, you're going to be hated more than loved. And that's what the Lord told you, man. Blessed are ye, the men shall revile you and hate you, speak all manner of evil of you for my name's sake. So if you're pushing the true name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you ain't going to be loved. If you're pushing Most High and Christ blessed, of course you're going to be fucking loved.
You should be looking to be loved.
Yeah. You're an enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Love fucking Mo. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
You are a friend of the world. You're an enemy of the Lord, right? You're making yourself an enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and he's going to destroy you, man, for teaching lies in his name, or so-called in his name. You're going to be pushing the name.
So this says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. By all nations,
Persecution.
no matter where we are, no one's going to really be on our side, right? Because the Esau is going to have this ability to stack things against us, man. These people already don't like us. And if Esau adds into the frame that, these men did this and they did that, because Broadcast already trying to do that. Any time something happened to a so-called black person that might have been connected with Hebrew Israelites, he's jumping on them, saying, look at them, they're violent, criminals.
He's been set up like that. He's like the somebody popularly law set. He's like one of them guys. He's been set up to demonize the street.
So when Esau decided to put that in the mainstream, have it on BBC, MSBC, whatever the case may be, like that's vocab on steroids, obviously. And they're gonna try and link us to those things, and they're gonna have evidence that we was there, did something, and the majority of people are just gonna buy into it because they believe that's who we are anyway. Yeah.
Well, Trump said it in one of his speeches. He said that, we need to get rid of the anti-Semites.
Yeah,
we're a society. We're the biggest threat to this new world order. They're going to try and get rid of us because, as I said, we're the biggest threat.
I agree with them because truth, man. I forget how it was phrased, but it's and said that these elites run in darkness, man. They run in lies, and the worst thing you can do, which actually I was holding it before. It's
revolutionary.
Real quick. So Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things stored up? Right. So Esau's been doing things in the dark. Right. He's been hiding. He's been pretending. But now we're straight up coming and saying, nah. But if that major event that he loves speaking, that didn't actually happen.
False flag.
That was a false flag. right? That whole
Little psyop
CV.
or something.
Exactly. And as because he knows he's got a short time, he's running these SARPs more and more, and they're getting more sloppy and more sloppy.
Yeah,
and
like
more,
that false assassination attempt. That was like the worst psyop
that
in
was-
fucking the 20th century or 21st century, man. This millennium, man, because that psyop didn't even look fucking real or authentic, man.
Yeah.
It was just so tacky and fake. It's worse than the Hollywood script, man.
Yeah.
The worst Hollywood script you can think of, man. You know, so-called assassination, and you know, he didn't even have any fucking cutting, flesh wound or nothing. His shit was totally fine, man.
there was a whole load of failure. There was a lot of failure with that whole. Let's say it was,
Incompetency.
yeah,
But they're like pushing the idea that people are incompetent.
Exactly.
The dog patch.
There's
Yeah.
no incompetence, it's all planned.
It's all planned, man. But that's why we quoted and
But it causes debate, causes discussion,
yeah,
Yeah.
entertainment,
causes confusion.
yeah,
You don't
Yeah.
really know what the fuck's
Yeah.
going on out here.
And because you got us on the scene, you know, curtailing and watching for everything that's going on, and then warning the people, it's putting, you know, that seed of
yeah.
doubt in people's minds, like, yeah, this ain't real, man. This is some fake shit. And that's why, you know, with this thing, they're finding it hard to get this lockdown situation all over again. Because they tried it with the Mpox, but it didn't work as good as they thought it would.
Yeah,
They thought people were going to that fear mongering again. But a lot of people were like, nah, you're lying. That's some fake bullshit. Not going to be locked in my house again. So now they're going to take it to a next level,
Yeah.
and they're going to force their hand.
Yeah, which two points. That's one of the reasons why they let it be known to the world that Boris and them were having parties. Right, they were doing more stuff, but they let you know that so that the next time they want to lock you down, people rebel,
Yeah,
so then they can come down hard like that.
Harder, man.
Right?
That's why this time, when Jacob Trouble, Esau's really going to come hard.
Yeah.
Like the DHS, they stored in a 9 billion type of hollow tip bullets.
Yeah, they still, that was
They
from
still got that
decades
shit.
ago.
And that was from Obama's
Yeah.
administration. That's from like 2008 or even the second administration. They still got that in store in the warehouse, man. They're going to use them bullets, man. Them hollow tip bullets are getting ready to be used. And the martial law, as I said, they got troops taking over hotels in New York City. They got tanks, people taping tanks on train lines and all that. You know, going into major cities.
Let's believe Esau doesn't really waste money.
Especially
Like all these things, everything he spends money on loses money, it's not really lost. Right? It's used towards something.
invested.
Right? There's no way Esau's gonna buy a whole bunch of hot tip bullets or any type of equipment for a bunch of police force that never gonna use them.
Yeah.
That is a waste of fucking money. He's never gonna do that.
Yeah.
He's never gonna sign that off. Unless there's a purpose for it.
Yeah.
At
Just
some point in time.
Yeah, just like the nukes, just like the internment camps. They said that they got a number of something like 800 internment camps recorded over there in the different shores of America. 800 camps, man.
Yeah, these things don't waste money, man.
Yeah.
So they're going to be used in the time of despair, time of great tribulation.
Like all of their stadiums.
Stadiums,
they showed you
Walmarts,
that
and all that. All them big superstores,
Yeah.
that they're closing down their businesses.
Yeah.
They're going to be using them to store people in there.
They showed you that in Kingsman.
Kingsman,
Right, I think it was the second, no, first one actually, yeah, where they put was one of them. So they
Second,
put
probably the
people,
first one.
in the football stadiums. You know, I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, no, the Wicked Elite.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
hiding them in the underground.
Oh no, that was the first one. In one of the Kingsmen, basically people they froze,
Oh yeah.
and then like they buried them just stacked in crates in the football stadiums, right? And when you look at the Americans, I think like like Penn State University Stadium has 100,000 seats.
Like,
That's bigger than like
Wembley.
Yeah,
That's a prison camp basically. And then you got all the situation with the overcrowding as well.
Yeah.
And where do you think they're gonna put all these overcrowded people in? Internment camps.
Yeah.
For re-education.
because it's ready and like all of the stadiums ready have entry exit systems where you
You got
can't
the
just go in.
You got the new biometric type airport type situation as
Yeah.
well. So they're gonna, when the time of MOT to the B, you're gonna be
Yeah.
putting those situations. Go ahead.
Did you have more?
Yeah, a little bit more. Says yeah, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and you should be hated for all nations for my name's sake.
Yes,
Which means you have to hold the name.
Yeah.
So you have to be hated for your name's sake, because everyone knows. Hey, I remember the time when something happened in the small community over there in America, right? And there was boards on lampposts saying Yahweh or Yahweh Shah, something like that, man. And they were deeming it a hate crime just because of having the name up there, right? Because they know that these man, they pray to this God. This is their power, and so they hate the name. Because you know they're heathen anyway. The name is fearful,
Dreadful,
dreadful among the heathen, right?
Yeah,
But that was a hate crime to them.
it was New Jersey.
New Jersey was it,
I
yeah?
thought no one knew the name.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
so obviously they're gonna take offense to the you serve you how about you shy.
Yeah.
They're gonna take offense, man. 'Cause you already fucking offended, man. Nothing's even happening. Can't just teach the name, or we don't know. You know, you have all these fucking bad excuses. But anyway, this is then shall many be offended, okay, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Yeah, meaning they're gonna, change sides. A lot of people are gonna switch sides. And like Apostle said, and even brothers have done videos. A lot of guys are saying, when the chip comes, a lot of guys are gonna, it's gonna be a real reveal of who really serves the Abba Shemi or Shai
Lunchtime,
and
man.
who's been faking the front. That's why it's called the hour of temptation. So
Right.
You're gonna be tempted into taking that seat, but only the elect are gonna resist unto that.
Right. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. I.e., Nate's to be one of those ones up in the front. Yeah, don't worry about it. Take the ticket. You need to eat. General Yohana, he gonna be up there front line, Yeah, take the chip. We need to eat.
And the worst thing about being a sellout is I forget when you was speaking about it, but in terms of like the different leaders of these different groups that Esau will set up, is you now have influence. Therefore, you can influence people against his agenda.
Yeah, so you need to take it out.
So you need to get taken out. So then it's like, so you just think, why are you gonna sell out? Esau's
Well,
gonna
that's that
kill you
covenant of
anyway.
death. They think they say because they made that covenant of death with Esau, man. But you're gonna find out you're not protected, man. You're gonna get got because Esau's really trying to fucking throw you under the bus.
You be disannulled.
You don't have a place in the new world, really. Once you've done your job.
Look at Saddam.
Yeah,
Look at
Bin
Gaddafi.
Laden, all of them.
no
Bin
use
Laden,
no
all of
more.
them.
You're done away with, man.
Yeah,
Cast aside,
Never trust that in it.
exactly.
which is boys. You know what I mean? And now they're no more.
You know, because
know?
what was it? Bin Laden and them, right? They were opulent family.
With the bushes and
You know,
And the
Because
kids
of that
come to
oil,
school
you know.
here in Britain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like prestigious university colleges and shit.
and when
Nah, it don't
Esau-
mean that. It
when Esau got got fed up with them, he cast him away. That's what happens when you deal with the devil. You notice that doesn't happen when you deal with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Lord said he will not forsake his own.
And this all depends on whether or not all this stuff is even real.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because these men might be still alive somewhere. You don't really fucking know.
But they show you, like you mentioned kings, man. They showed you all the rich elite that was in bunkers, man, waiting for the new world order, waiting for the depopulation so they can come out, like rising, the phoenix rising out of the ashes and come out for their new world order. That's what they were stored under.
Because they even made known, right, when they were hunting down Bin Laden, right, that he had doubled. They even made that known. So how do you know that this guy that they got was even just double? And they have price actors and shit like that.
Yep.
And so you don't really fucking know.
I have no idea.
Because this man was CIA before. Right? So you don't, they always that skullduggy fucking smoking mirror shit. So you don't really know.
It's all an act to me.
It's just to portray to the world that this has happened.
Yeah.
So you believe it.
All entertainment.
Yeah? Go on.
That's the one.
No, Ecclesiasticus 13, I'm sorry, from 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
Right? So what's Nathaniel got that Esau already wants? Nothing aside the fact that you got a congregation right now. Yeah, that's what you have right now. So once that your job is done and you got them take the MOTB, you're no longer needed. He doesn't want you to influence him no more. He wants to be the influence. The government's going to be the influence, man, telling the man what to do. So Nate is not needed anymore, man.
AI is going to be the influence. They even said they're going to rewrite the Bible using AI. Esau's really going to make technology a god on the earth. That's how Esau's going to make himself a technocratic god by this technology, man. And they always show you. He even got the new anime Terminator Zero on Netflix, and the first opening scene is showing America getting destroyed by nuclear missiles, man. America getting, you see that mushroom cloud, the whole of America getting wiped out by nuclear missiles. They show you the warheads
Again,
dropping all over the place, bursting in the sky and dropping in America. And that's exactly what the end of America.
and that's perfect because America's always getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Why? Why have they got that spirit on them to do these movies that America end up being destroyed or taken over or something?
Yeah.
It's just spirit, man.
It's not Kenya getting you.
Yeah.
Most of the dialects are what? They're inspired by what? The Bible.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So they're being moved in the spirit to even do these things and be a self-fulfilling prophecy, essentially.
Yeah, the prophesying really.
Even though if you ask it, they never believe it never happened. But they still portray these things in these movies because America's the center of the fucking world.
Exactly.
It's the golden cup in the earth. It ain't fucking Vatican. You know what I'm saying? America is the place.
Everyone, the great city.
Yeah.
Thinks about that great city. It's not talking about, China and all that. The
That's
great
right.
city is
Yeah.
talking about, it's not talking about Dubai. The or the UAE. Let's talk about America, man.
Yeah, man.
That's that great city, a city of confusion, man. Where all this freedom of religion, all this wickedness, and all this lasciviousness, the alphabetism goes on, man.
And that's what they say. It doesn't go on in all these other places, man. But it's heavily concentrated there, man.
Yeah.
More than anywhere else in the world, it's there.
That's why they send out their little agents like Kamala to go over to different West Coast countries, West Coast Africa, Kenya, wherever, to promote the alphabetism and fornication. And if they don't endorse it, they sanction them. You know, they put all kinds of fucking, you know, sanctions on their trade and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, punishing them because they don't want to endorse that, you know, wicked philosophy of Esau.
Yeah. But that's why China, that's why they ban or rather heavily censor American media, man. Right? Because when you see like the young, especially like the young generations in like different countries, you may meet an Elamite here in London, right? She's fresh. You be thinking you're getting yourself a good, decent Elamite bitch, right? But guess what? You're gonna get yourself a feminist hoe, right? You're gonna get yourself that she's been poisoned by the philosophy by way of this media. You know, she'd be watching your Kim Kardashian, because that's the thing. You may be an individual that doesn't follow the Kardashians, but the spirit of the Kardashians will still rub off on that person, right? That spirit of whoredom, of lewdness, of just have sex with whoever you want to have sex, right? That's why you get a whole load of people that are annoyed that the Taliban have bailed up the women in Afghanistan again.
They don't want to deal with the Western philosophy.
Exactly.
Wickedness, man.
That was one of the first things, that, if I remember correctly, that they did when they got back control. They ripped up they put the women back in subjection.
Yeah.
Ripped up all of the billboards of women and stuff like that. But it's like, look, man, order.
Now they West mind. They don't care that.
Yeah.
Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah.
They were like war with each other a little while ago.
Trillions
Now
of dollars.
they're legit government,
Yeah.
whatever, and they're not even trying to help the women. Nothing, don't care. Totally done.
That's why it says in Habakkuk 2, right, that that he is as death, man, right? Wherever he goes, right, it says either keep us at home. Wherever he goes, he brings about policies of death, right? Whether it's abortion, feminism is a policy of death. Let's just keep it real, right? Because when you've got that war, man can't be the head of the household, right? Decisions can't get made, right? You get stagnation. Then that's why, for instance, which is not the only reason why, but that's why you get the plummeting birth rate that you have in the entire world, man.
Or even at the DNCs or whatever, they had fucking portable abortion clinics.
Yeah.
What's it, the clipping of a man's genitals?
A vasectomy.
Vasectomy and abortion clinics, portable ones.
Yeah.
Meaning in trucks.
Yeah.
So you can get your shit clipped at the fucking DNC
That's
while you're going to listen to this bitch Kamala Harris lie to you about the policies when it comes to delivery.
And you have a lot of these Edomite men that will talk about vasectomies like it's nothing. And like, bro, you
They'll give you a fucking hot dog.
No, they
or
got
burger. Your reward was getting a hot dog or a burger.
Well,
Clicking your
most you guys are
balls
fucking the homos anyway, bro.
Yeah.
Or women giving up their babies, you know, which you know a lot of these. I think they said there was like 70 people, 70 bitches that went for abortions and then portable clinics, and that's wickedness, man.
But that then means that was like a sacrifice almost to the event.
She needs those blood sacrifices anyway to a Hindu god. Yeah, with that Hindu god that they erected.
Yeah,
but that's all it's about. It's about sacrifices, wicked sacrifices. Even this celebrity, what that bitch Mariah Carey sacrificed her mother and sister on the same fucking day.
Yep.
Showing you that these people have no heart, they have no remorse, man.
Yeah.
These people are heartless, man.
Yeah.
And it's America that promotes that ritual sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the other nations see that and they get involved.
Yeah.
But they think they can make themselves rich.
Says Deuteronomy 23:1. He that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation.
That's your balls, man.
Yeah, you know,
Stones, your balls.
it's not even worth you breathing after that.
Yeah.
Cut off your
Are you a
members.
man anymore?
You're not even a man. They show you that in that movie Immortals, man.
Right.
When the man got the hammer and said, "Look, you're going to lose your lineage and all that." It's not even going to be worth
That's
it.
great.
Took the bull's horn
Yeah.
and he clipped his balls off him, man.
But having a sea lion be destroyed is dread.
That's dread.
You can't continue in any shape or form, man.
You can't even bring back your line, bro. Your lineage gets cut off. What's the point of you even breathing after that?
Because they kind of show you that. Like I've only seen it as memes. I would never do this about the cat. right? But I've seen ones where it's like the cat gets the snip because you get these people that'll snip their cats, and then afterwards you see the cat like on like this, like
Nothing.
what have you done to
It's
me?
nothing, just bare hair there.
Yeah, he's like the cat looked distressed, man. He's like, so if a cat knows it, if a cat knows you ain't
ridiculous,
supposed to be doing it,
Right. And the thing is, right, cats always have an instinct to go bang
Exactly.
some, cheeky cats
How
out
would
there,
you
innit?
want to clip their nuts anyway?
Yeah,
And it can't. And it's like, what is wrong with me? I can't do that. It's mad, bro.
yeah, but
That's mutilation right there.
that's
bro.
It is human mutilation. The scriptures talk about you being a eunuch. That basically means a man that don't deal with women. But doesn't mean you have to clip off your nutsack, man.
that's
But
wicked.
even in the time of that movie Esther, man, they showed you the eunuch, the Ethiopian eunuch, like, well, not the Ethiopian, because he's Persian in the meantime. But even that Ethiopian eunuch, he didn't deal with women. It didn't mean he clipped his fucking nutsack. But even in that movie
It's like
Esther,
being a vow kind of thing.
yeah, the guy that played Debo, can't remember, something small. His name's something small. Even though he was not one of the largest guys in the world, his name was Debo in the movie Friday. But he played he played the eunuch in that movie, basically looking after Esther, and she was supposed to marry Ashurus and all that, which is Xerxes. But yeah, he clipped his nutsack and all that. Said he had a clip on, You don't have to do that, man. That's mutilation. That's human mutilation. You're not supposed to cut off your privy parts, man. You just don't use them.
And
That's it.
you hear people that will come from like big families and they get looked down like, oh, you have like 6 siblings. And it's like, yeah, that's what
That's
the
a
Lord
blessing.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a blessing.
but let me grab it.
It's a blessing from the Lord, man. You have ready children. At times you might not feel like a blessing because you get it.
But
But really, having children is a blessing from the Lord. That's why the Lord told you to go forth and multiply, man.
It
It's a
tells
blessing
about
to
that
have.
one in Psalms about the
Yeah,
arrow.
get it.
And that's why it's such a deep judgment that Esau's seeds will be cut off the earth. Such a deep fucking judgment, man. That's like horrific.
Yeah.
Well, the Lord said
That's why he says more than I can bear. Because it's just so mad. Like, none of me is going to exist, like, ever.
The Lord said it from the beginning in Genesis, man. Be fruitful and multiply. Replenish the earth. That means you have to
Get it
bust
in.
them nuts. And in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be doing that with times 10 on steroid mode, man. That's why we're going to have to even leave planet Earth and go occupy other planets, man. We're going to be populating this whole earth to the. You're going to talk about overpopulation in the kingdom of heaven. Talk about 8 billion people on the earth. Wait until you see the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to be double that because the earth is supposed to be occupied.
Yeah,
This is going to be occupied by more Israelites. Sand of the sea.
Yeah, that's too big to be a mean to be overpopulated.
Exactly. Earth's too big, man. There's places on the earth that ain't even been fucking recognized yet.
but you know what it is? Esau pumps everyone into these mega cities. So it does feel like if you're living in London, you're like, too many people in the
There's
world
too many fucking people in one
in
place.
one place.
That's why the Lord separated the nations in the first place.
Yeah, to put it into perspective for people watching home states or whatever. London is like a radius of 20 miles, I think it is. It has a population of around 10, it's something like that, yeah. It has a population of 10 million, right? The whole of the UK has a population of 70 million. So a seventh of the population is all in one small place.
That's why it's overcrowded. That's why these EDL people.
Yeah.
We want Britain back and all that. They don't understand that Esau purposely made everyone into a metropolis like mother cities, and when the Lord never wanted it like that.
Exactly.
He separated the lands for a reason.
Exactly. And then England fits in New York. Right now, America has 350 million people spread out over a vast, so it's got 5 times as many people, but over such a larger area. Like if you've ever been on like a train or whatever, you just go past and you going past and it's fields
Fields of emptiness.
but evil
No
make
houses, no nothing there.
exactly, but evil make it seem like there's no space
There's no space.
because he's the devil.
I mean, we're living in flats.
Yeah, exactly.
living in shacks. Holes in the-
Yeah,
holes in the
literally,
earth.
literally. Psalms 127 from 3. Lo, children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so they're considered to be like arrows that you have, a man has in his bundle, man. Meaning you're supposed to have a lot of children.
yeah.
And that's supposed to be a man's one of the pleasantries of being a man. He also one of the 7 things that he found is a man that liveth to, see the fall of his enemy in him that enjoyeth the time of his children. Man.
Yeah.
Well, women that couldn't bear children, they became a shame unto them, not
Yeah,
being able to
yeah.
bear children.
different
right? Because it was
approach.
like a big thing that for man, you have to have seed, you have to have offspring to inherit what you built.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, it's gonna get taken away from you, man. But you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
You know.
It was so bad back in the ancient world. And what your wife could actually find another woman to deal with you, she couldn't be left. She was found buried because she knew that it was the importance of you bringing forth your seed before you get old and die. That's what it's about, man. Keeping the line going, man. That's what the whole Genesis is about. It talks about Genesis 10th chapter, table of nations. How do you think the nations came about? Came out of 3 different souls, man. Of Noah's loins, 3 different souls of men, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and the whole earth was repopulated after the flood. Right? So what are you talking about? This earth is all about lineage, man. Since when did the Lord ever promote cutting off your fucking rods and cutting down, you know what I'm saying? The Lord never promote vasectomies, man.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
If I can say as well, because it said, I'm sure children of the youth, because that's kind of like we were speaking about earlier on, about how in this world they push this idea of, oh, you're too young to have children, you're not ready yet, or whatever, what have you. But it's like, are you ever ready? You know, if you get them real, you're never ready to like.
It's a spiritual you have not had yet.
Exactly.
So therefore you're not ready. You're never had the experience yet.
You know, you may have like, you know, been with your cousins when they were little, but that's different to exactly. That's very different to I am responsible that this child does not die.
Yeah.
I've
Does
got
not die,
to
is raised in the right way.
Exactly.
All these things, man, like there are things you don't really think about until you're there doing it. Because you don't know how you do it, how you're gonna deal with that yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, how you deal with them, like when they're being an asshole. Right, you don't really
That's why we have the Bible for instruction. Right? You've got the law on unruly children. It talks about righteous children. It talks about being unruly, how you're supposed to guide your house. And that's when you really become a man, when a man has his own household, his own family that he deals with and takes care of.
Oh, a man shall leave his mother and father, cleave unto his wife. Yeah. You know, they shall become one flesh. Yeah. You know? Says, happy is verse 5, Psalms 127 and 5. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them.
Yeah, so a man's supposed to have many children. Yeah. He ain't supposed to be down to this one. And man's supposed to have many seeds.
Many children and therefore many
wives. The whole reason why you got how many millions of sperm and cells in your ball sack is because you're supposed to use that to procreate, right? Exactly. And you can keep doing it until you drop dead. Yeah.
And you know, when you look at certain graphs of like how many children people used to have and how much it's plummeted off, like in the different in like 3 or 4 generations. So one of the things, you know, I personally think is I speak as a man when I say this, right? But it's all of the jobs we used to get when we were children, right? That are basically meant, because nowadays men don't have as much testosterone as our fathers and our grandfathers and all of that. Right, because that's the thing with these poisons that Esau pushes out. They're slow burners, man.
Sterilize you.
So that you can't put 2 and 2 together. Like, for instance, everyone that took the juicy juice fell down the next day, everyone will be like, it's the juice. But if it takes 10 or 20 years to start impacting, it could have been exactly. Yeah. Right, because even like with a woman I used to deal with, her grandfather had like 11 kids. Right, 11 children. Her mom had 2, and then she's likely not because she's in Korea, but like more than likely going to have 0. Right, so in 3 generations, you've gone from 11 kids to 0. It's a bit fucked up. You know,
it's always supposed to be like that.
You're supposed to have
generations of seed.
But Esau's taking the means to look after people to raise children.
It's taking that away.
Because it's expensive. Esau keeps you poor.
Yeah.
The same with wives. You can't have any wives. You can't really afford to have them anyway. Exactly. Esau keeps you poor. Yeah, Esau keeps you poor. Esau keeps you busy at work earning nothing.
Yeah.
Pretty much to keep you even killed, basically. Your children are being raised by the government because you ain't got time for them because you don't fucking work. The environment's not good for raising children.
Exactly.
So it's very difficult. So I understand some people make decisions not to have children, being responsible and stuff. Get that. But really, that's not how life should be.
Yeah.
No, it's not how life should be, man. You should be having children all the time. You know? Yeah. But you know, I'll say it as joking, but like,
as soon as you're born,
it's a blessing to have children.
Yeah.
You know, people look at it as an issue, not a blessing. It's a curse. You know, it's time.
And that's why you used to have procreate from like a young age.
Yeah.
As soon as the girl should flower of her age, she's plumb for the taking, man.
My so-called half sisters, they live back in where I was born, whenever she messages, like, yo, like, where are the kids at,
Yeah,
man?
yeah, where's
She's
the
like, she's looking at me like, oh, you
It's
know,
disappointing.
certain age, like,
And that's the thing, we're busy men. We're busy men. You know what I mean? We got this world to attend to.
except
man.
we've
So
got a reason. We've actually got a reason. You know what I'm saying?
it's a sacrifice unto the Lord.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Things are gonna change, man. In the
Things are
kingdom,
gonna
it's not gonna be a big thing. It's gonna be a small, like you'll be seeing children running around.
That's
There's all like kids all over the place. Man. I told you that in Ezekiel, they're gonna be running up and down, in the marketplace.
Yeah, yeah.
Enjoying themselves.
And we ain't gonna have to like look after them in such a. Can I
No.
grab this real quick? Is Isaiah 11. I'm just going. In fact, I'll start from 6 actually. It says the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them.
What a feeling, man, not to be concerned about your children.
Yeah.
What a weight off your mind. Because when you got children, here's what you do is, well, oh, where are they going to fall down the stairs? Where are they going to, take them some strange, going to take them and some shit.
Or they say you what the child proof your house.
Yeah. All this worry because you think something bad going to happen, right? But when you ain't got to worry about that, man, you ain't got to think about it. Less stress, that is.
You'd be even scared to
man.
leave your children around pets nowadays, but
Yeah.
in the kingdom, you're gonna be around the biggest wild
Well,
animals.
you afraid to even run down fucking
Well,
family.
I was about to say that. We were saying that earlier. We were speaking on that earlier on.
You know?
But in the kingdom, they're gonna be around the most wildest, deadliest creatures on the face of
Playing around.
playing around
Like it's
snake
nothing.
pits, cockatrices, den and all that, playing with lions, bears and all that, and they ain't gonna be getting harmed.
Racing lions, you know?
They're gonna be at,
Man down,
they're gonna be at one with nature, and they're gonna be able to speak to animals as well, like Dr. Dolittle. It's quite funny how they made Dr. Dolittle a Jake, even though the original movie was Edomite back in the early, them early 80s, 30s, 40s, when he first did the movie. But really, Dr. Dolittle was a Jake because he was speaking to the animals. And that had that link here.
Well,
with
that's it,
Adam,
originally,
Noah.
it's originally we had dominion over the animals. Yeah. Now it's not so much the case, but we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna have dominion over the animals. They're gonna do our bidding, like they understand what we're saying. So, you know,
And the children as well. Children are going to be playing in the wild animals.
Yeah. It says, and the cow and the bear shall feed, and the young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
Yeah, a lot of these animals are going to go back to being herbivores. They're not going to be like carnivores eating raw meat and all that. A lot of even the lions, they're being carnivores, but a lot of them, like I said, they're going to be eating straw. So they're going to be herbivores.
Well, that's what I say about that, because obviously back then as well, we worry about predators coming and take your cattle away and shit. That ain't gonna happen to us.
Those are persons.
But yeah, because that's there for your benefit, right? You got lions killing your fucking cows and shit. That's a problem.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be at peace with one another. Lions, the foxes, all this shit. They're not gonna be coming around and fucking with you, man.
Yeah.
Fucking with your business. You know. So everything's gonna be at peace in our land. Can't say the same thing about the heathen in their lands, but in our land, it's gonna be peace in all things in our land.
I'll be certain times I'll be watching like the nature documentaries, and then the light will be like the tiger and the lion. They're not eating in 2 days, and if they don't eat soon, the calves are gonna die. But I'm like, but look at all of the grass.
Yeah, they can't, they can follow, the earth. You know? That's how they live up. Even like big, look at a fucking gorilla.
Yeah.
Gorilla doesn't eat meat. You
Yeah.
think a gorilla, chimpanzee, all these
Essentially, it is.
big as it is, that killer beast, man, that can run for fucking ages, climb up any high trees, and they're big as hell. They weigh like half the time, and all they're eating is fucking greens and herbs and veg. They're not eating no meat at all, and they're the strongest fucking one of the strongest mammals on the earth.
It's lucky to bring this shit up, but then you had a whole bunch of dumbass hoes saying they'd much rather see we're going to a forest of like gorillas and bears than to be be near a man. And it's just like, that's just how stupid.
We're gonna have to test that out. I would quite enjoy it to see that. That'd be our source of entertainment.
Yeah.
Just for you going in the forest with bears and gorillas and whatever.
No, it's silly.
And we see if you feel that way.
See what happens when you're chilling with a silverback.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Beat your ass to death.
Yeah. There was a whole the man
You
or
women
bear.
are
TikTok-
toxic.
Exactly.
You women are fucking toxic.
They're gonna get their coming up and telling.
Oh,
Your time's coming.
the Lord's gonna allow them to test it out.
Your
Lord,
time's coming. You women, because you like to make proud statements. So the Lord's gonna, we're gonna
test
test
them.
you in them theories. We'll test you in them theories.
Yep.
Like a woman like coming to find out that it's full of shit.
That's it.
You like to sell a lot of wolf tickets.
Like we
You know
don't
about
even
that,
go
man.
as far as to say shit like that. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
they know about that. Like it's like selling a lot of wolf tickets. Because basically in this world, you have to appreciate a woman more than a man.
well,
There's
they got the beat. So
a lot of vagina worship in the society.
This excerpt from Forbes. It says, key background: the man or bear TikTok debate went viral after the pop culture account Screenshot HQ posted a video in April asking 8 women whether they'd rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear. 7 of the women answered bear, some without hesitation, while 1 woman voted for a man.
Well, when the time of Jacob's trouble, we'll see what you're gonna do.
When that bird comes round, you can put a man there too.
You're going to be wanting toxic masculinity.
When all hell breaks loose, we'll see what you're gonna say then. Because Isaiah 4:1 is definitely gonna come around. You're gonna be wanting to go into this forest.
This ain't really the proof we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A big black bear. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, I ain't trying to be in the. I ain't trying to see a bear.
oh, you don't want to see no bear, bro.
You're just scared to walk in the dark.
You don't even understand. No, bro, you don't want to see that.
You want to walk in the dark on your own in the alley and
That ain't a shadow, bro.
you're gonna go into the forest where there's no lamp, no lamps, no shade. No, it's pure darkness, pure emptiness and darkness.
Yeah, ruthless beast, man.
But he's hearing mad sounds in the middle of the night. You're gonna want to go out there, man. You're chatting shit, man. Women are gonna be looking for men in that thing.
As you say, man, the women shall hold one man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because in that time, like, I mean, men of Messiah, I mean, men of the Lord is going to be given us spiritual power. You're going to be able to communicate with animals and deal with animals.
Something like Job 5. Yeah? Gonna be in and you know, the beast before. Yes, stones. Yeah. You're gonna be at one with us, because you know the Lord's gonna. That's why I said in that time they're gonna show who his men are, man. Because the Lord's gonna be, you know, dealing with them in such a high level that these other people, these other nations are gonna, you know, allure after that, especially these women. That's why it says in the day of thy power that people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
But it's the second Ezra 5 and 8. There shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall oft send out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places.
Yeah, meaning they're gonna go from their habitats to the inner cities. Like they show you in the I Am Legend. You saw lions chasing deers in the middle of the city, hunting them down. And that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna want their food.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be limited out there in the wilderness. That their habitations are gonna change. So they come to the inner city to find human meat.
But that's the thing. You already got zoos up in the cities already and stuff like that. They're already here in a sense.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So all it takes for them to be out, to get out, and then
get that taste.
they're around. You know what I'm saying? And they can, I don't know what they do with lions and all that kind of stuff. Whether they snip them, they can't procreate. They must get procreate still. I don't know.
I think they would have to be able to.
Yeah,
So I think
sure they do some of them, but not all of them.
because that's their justification
Trying to
of
save
having
them
them there. We're
keep
trying to
them there.
save them.
So they can procreate and create
Yeah.
more, and so you know,
And they're
3
definitely
lives can become 6, 10.
definitely
Yeah,
gonna escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
And once they get that taste of human meat, it's not.
Because that's what they say about. I remember reading one article about why dogs will eat their dead owner. Right, and it's like at first, like the dog,
Mourning and crying.
yeah. So at first they're basically doing comforting, so they'll lick their owner out of comfort, like wake up, or whatever.
Then they want to eat.
But then basically what happens is after a while the skin starts to break, it gets loose because it's decomposing, and the dog tastes that blood, and it goes, oh, I'm a beast.
It's your food.
Yeah.
Like vampire.
Exactly.
And why?
The amount of dead bodies that are going to be seen in the last days. Remember, they said they want to get rid of 6 billion people. A lot of these bodies are going to be getting eaten. And also, he's got 4 types as well. So he's going to release certain animals out there. You got it. Jeremiah?
I've got one after
So a lot of animals are going to get their flesh, basically. Their lumps of flesh, man.
Well, it's Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword.
And these are different ways that people are going to be getting judged in these last days.
And such are as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
Yeah. And the Lord said he signed 4 kinds. Yeah. And so, you know, go ahead.
And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, say the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be getting eaten by their pets. A lot of, people got pet dogs, got bigger dogs than, big dogs that are, bigger than the whole family put together, man.
Yeah.
And they're keeping them in that house thinking that they're always going to protect them. What happens when you ain't fed them for over a week? Yeah. You know, because there's no gas and electricity in the house.
Yeah.
There's been a blackout. The dog's gonna turn on you. You're gonna start eating your kids, man. You ain't giving no pedigree chum for the past couple of days. It's gonna turn on your kids, and there's been more and more attacks by, you know, parents and, you know, children getting attacked by their own fucking pets, dogs and all that, because, you know, dogs are animals at the end of the day. They're wild animals. You know, just like you had a fucking wolf. You know, that's a wild dog. You know, you can't keep a wild dog in your house like that. A wolf and all that. That shit will eat your kids alive, man. They're savages, man. They're natural born beasts of the earth. But people don't realize they just take care of them like they're just any average small pet. No, it's not that. In that time, the Lord's going to put a cold spirit on them animals. The Lord said it in Ecclesiastes. He has spirits created for vengeance, teeth for wild beasts. So that even the birds are going to get their feet, you know, the birds are going to get their fair share. There's going to be a lot of dead corpses, vultures, all of that. They're going to be seeing a lot of dead corpses around the earth. They're going to be getting their fair share. And then the beasts of the field, that could be any animal. Bears, gorillas, all that shit, man. Your worst nightmare could happen before your eyes.
From big left side right there.
Reptiles, crocodiles, all that. They're going to start coming to the industry.
Great.
Migrating, is that? So they're going to remove out of their place.
Yeah. So Second Ezra 16 and 23. Okay, I'll read it. But the point I want is in 23. Oh man, because you know how it keeps scrolling up.
Yeah.
I'll just start from
The
21.
whole chapter's good, that's why.
Yeah.
Read it. Read into it. Read into it.
17.
Yeah,
Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
what days? The times of peril, great tribulation. Those days ain't started yet, man. Those days are getting ready to come. And people can see something's getting ready to happen, but they can't, you know, put their finger on it. But they know that the economy is starting to collapse. People are getting more and more volatile, more stressed out. You know, the love of money is waxing cold in society. People are having a more vengeful, cold-hearted spirit on them now. And they're getting ready to basically explode on people.
They most people, they don't want to believe it's gonna go as far as it's gonna go. Like the amount of people that are circled in telling, I know these tensions, but they'll never go to nuclear. Because in their mind, they're like, no, they're not that stupid to push that button, right? In the carnal sense, because that kind of crazy. Right, but that's why the scripture says, right, in Ezekiel 39th chapter, that they shall think an evil thought. Who's going to give them that evil thought? Right, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because
Well, that's why it speaks about Revelation. I mean, what chapter it is right now, but it's the Lord, their spirit to do His will, right? The spirit He's gonna put on them is to do His will, man. And the Lord's will is to shoot those nukes.
That's it.
It's not that man's rational. It's not about that. Whether it's rational or not, there's not coming to the equation in every part. It's more so gonna make it happen.
He's going to make all of them do it at the same time. You know what
Synchronized.
synchronized.
The Olympics.
Like
Synchronized button pressing.
what was that with X-Men, man? When what's his face? Apocalypse made them all the nukes go off at the same time.
That's it. And so do they know?
Yeah.
So Esau knows.
Yeah.
We don't make it. Esau knows, man. So that's what's exactly right, because he knows about the angels, right? Because the angels had the fucking nuclear systems and that. He's experienced that already, so he knows they can do it, right? So they know. That's what they put in these fucking movies, man. Because it's gonna be just like Terminator. Which one? Is it 3? Nah, it wasn't the new one. Not the new one. Golden. I think in the third one, all the missiles were going off. And you see the outshot of it, and all the missiles were going everywhere. What happened at the same time? Because Skynet took over and did it, right? No, the aliens are going to be. The aliens are Skynet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The aliens are Skynet. And they're going to make it happen.
There was no core, it was in every system.
Yeah. You know?
So
most are going to make it happen.
Know what the 4 angels holding back the 4 winds.
That's it. That's
At
it.
the end of the day, it's a script, and everyone's playing their part in the movie. So the Lord's the one's going to make them do what they're going to do. The Lord's the ultimate puppet master. It's not Esau that's controlling the ship. So when that time comes, the Lord will put hooks in Putin's jaw, you know, Kim Jong-il's jaw. All of these leaders, they're all going to press the nuclear buttons at the same time to blow up America and the land of Israel.
In 1 hour, it's going to be gone.
Yeah. The only difference is America's never going to be happy with everything again.
Yeah, I think it's a long.
It's going to happen, man. You see tensions brewing over there in the land of Israel. They get more attacks, Hezbollah, Lebanon, and all that. Oh, football airstrikes. So it's going to get to that point where nuclear destruction is the only option.
Oh, yeah. Because the thing as well, Hezbollah, one of the things that they long threatened was you've got undersea cables. So the internet, for the most part, runs via undersea cables and stuff like that.
International traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all wired.
yeah,
Under the ocean.
under the ocean, right? And one of the things that that Hezbollah have said is we will cut those connections. And when you cut those connections, you ruin finance, for example. How are you going to trade? Everything's digital. For instance, that's why, like, friends, you go like bank area of London, right? They all have certain high speed connections because it's all about timing, right?
Just like they blew up the North Pipeline. They do the
Yeah.
same thing to the Wi-Fi and all that.
Yeah.
EMP, they can do anything, man.
Yeah, and that was like a military operation. They tried to say it was some three Ukrainians that did it in the boat. Yeah. But notice how I forgot if that was the day that they declared the MBOTs a global thing, or I think it was on the same day that they so-called arrested 3 Ukrainian men for blowing up Nord Stream. Because that's what these once again, Scripture says, not ignorant of Satan's devices. Right? Whenever there's some kind of major distraction going on, there is also some kind of legislation being passed or something that's more important that's happening in the news.
Yeah, it's not familiar, man.
Smoking, the apostolic and deception.
Powerful agents.
I'm an issue.
So we look at Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
King's heart is his mind. The rulers that exist in this world are in the hands of the Lord. Right? He's the one moving them around, doing what they're doing.
Hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right? So it's the Most High in control of these leaders on the left hand side doing what they're doing. Right? They're not of their own mind. They're not doing what they do. They think they're doing what they want to do. But only it's the Lord putting these thoughts in their minds to do them, including the elite. The elite got this major ass plan that they're trying to accomplish, right? To defy the Most High. But they're falling into the Most High's hands.
Yeah.
All day long they're in the Most High's hands. And they don't understand it.
And deceive when they deceive how it is.
They're gonna put themselves into peril doing what they do.
That's why you need to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is supposed to be most feared on the earth. If you've got the power to even control the wicked, and all the sinister shit that they're doing on the left hand side, what kind of power are you dealing with, man? You thought the Lord was supposed to be all love, man. That shows you the Lord's not all love, man. He controls the demons on the left hand side and all the most sinister, wicked, ritualist acts that they do. The Lord gives them ordinance to do that, man.
Yeah.
Like all that blood rituals and all that, the Lord lets them do it.
Yeah.
But he's still gonna judge their asses and fuck their asses up.
Yeah.
That just shows you that there's a higher level of power on the earth or in the heavens that these people don't seem to understand that controls everything we're dealing with.
Because it's back to your point. What did the disciples say of Yahweh Shai? Who is this man that he's rebuked with the storm? They were like, yo, they understood the levels.
And they're using the demons with
Names
trembling.
among them.
So the demons tremble around the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. The name of the Lord's terrible, man.
You know, so if you got power like that, man, there's nothing outside of his scope.
No,
So you have to respect the power that he has, because otherwise you could be subject to his wrath. You know, that's why he gave us instructions to do the right thing so the wrath doesn't come upon you. So if you follow it, you're good, innit? If you don't follow it, problems.
indignation. Man.
That's it.
The Lord's righteous anger.
Yeah.
And he's gonna display that most ever that he's ever done on his face of the earth in this time. Because Daniel, the 12th chapter tells you, man, in the time of judgment on the earth has never been seen in the earth before. That means the Lord's just gonna open up. Yeah. Oh, shit. That means the Lord's just gonna open up the gates of judgment like never before in the earth. It's gonna be worse than the judgment in ancient Egypt. It's gonna be worse than the time of Noah. Considered as similar to the first death, which this is gonna be called the second death. Yeah. Kind of He's at what's Harry Christian. No, they're going to the
policy. Oh, they even got what woman? Is that a woman bishop?
They got the fish god and all that.
That's a woman bishop or some shit.
Surprise Nathan. Surprise Nathan.
That's what I was saying.
These men never get made fun of. Who makes fun of these guys, man? They're trying to take shots off of them.
And all that there is straight up witchcraft and ceremonies and, you know, odious works on the left hand side. And that's what they do. It's all straight up idol worship. You know, that's why they're holding torches with fire and shit. Yeah. It's straight up idol worship, sun worship. But the average person don't seem to understand that this world is all about idol worship.
Yeah.
Gods of wood and stone. Those harlot houses are going to be destroyed anyway.
Yeah, I've got more in seconds, but you guys think so?
Yeah,
long read.
Yeah, you want to read why he's reading that.
The second Ezra 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear.
Yeah, so that's why Esau's out here. He's promoting that, you know, depopulation, because even they know we're in a time of judgment on the earth, a time of war, time of pestilences. Yahweh Shai is using these devils on the left-hand side to promote that, to push that. Because that's the vibration of the earth. The Lord's indignation, his righteous anger on this earth right now. The Lord said it in Amos, man, his eyes are upon the sinful kingdom, and he's going to destroy it from off the face of the earth. And these are the various ways he's going to do it. Through famine, through pestilences, you know, through so-called Mother Nature. The Lord's, he's visiting the earth which he made.
Because all these nations, because there's nations with fear, right? Are not these nations troubled with all the things that are going on earth right now? There's so much to be worried and be concerned about, man. All these nations are thinking, what the fuck do we do about it? You know, whether they're orchestrated or not, you know, all these nations are concerned about what's going on the earth right now. You know, so we're living in that time.
Yeah, the time for everything on the earth. And this is not the time to be happy and go lucky and rejoicing and, you know,
No,
it's not the day, man. This is not the time for that.
Carnival.
Yeah.
In a carnival.
We didn't even read those precepts, but you know, it's a spirit, man. It's like the wind, right?
I was just saying, there's no escape. You know, you speak to people that live in different countries, and everyone's going through. Right? You may be like, because for instance, you get them, go back to where you came from. Man, your people are fucked up everywhere.
Now,
Yeah?
they're going through, I mean, the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's it. So
The
what
money-
does that show you?
Money's
Money
money's not
value,
worth anything valuable as well.
But that shows you that there are other factors involved. For instance, when you look at the case of Congo, right? But let's leave Congo for a second. When you look at the case of Nigeria, Nigeria has a lot of oil, right? But then that's why they'll push this idea of corrupt leaders, right? Because Nigeria should be well up. How is it all of the Arab nations with oil are doing okay, right? All of the Edomite nations with oil are doing okay, right? Yet when you get those nations where Jake be at, they don't. Still the third world. Congo should be the wealthiest nation on the face of planet Earth. You look at this world running by way of technology, right? A lot of those minerals and stuff to build that technology come from the Congo.
That's the original funding.
On the back of that, I mean, the Congo is suffering from different, I mean, problem, man. Like
Yeah.
HIV, what?
The MP.
Bill Gates is over there
That's
trying
it.
to depopulate the tribe. Man. You know, Israelites are over there. So
He's over there trying to solve climate change.
And he told you how to solve
Yeah,
climate
that's what
change.
I'm saying.
testing ground.
Says, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
Which is hypocritical because why would he go to the third world about climate change?
Yeah.
Where they're not even mass polluting on the earth like the Western China and these places.
There's a graph that I've seen, and it basically the conclusion was there's no such thing as a low carbon wealthy society. We're basically saying, and it's true. You really think when these elites are saying that we need to do something about carbon, that they're going to stop? Yeah, that they're going to stop flying in their private jets. They're going to keep flying
It's the
in their
whole
private
industrial revolution. This is why they come up as far as they have done. These people are lagging behind. They can't do their industrial revolution. Now you tell them they can't have it. You know, it's like fuck you, man. They're always going to stay poor.
The thing is about the carbon, they talk about people.
Exactly.
They're saying there's too much carbon pollution that they talk about. It's eradicating the people.
Yeah.
Because we're carbon. We're made of carbon. That's why they
Yeah.
talk about carbon footprint.
Yeah.
We want to get rid of the human carbon.
Yeah.
That's what they talk about climate change.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the depopulation.
Yeah, because humans they need food, they need to travel. So as soon as you remove that thing, you can
Put machines in their place.
put machines in their place. Then they're not then they're not eating. So that means you don't need to have lots of animals for them, agriculture and all of that. Right, but people aren't privy to when Esau speaks.
It's just getting to them in double speech, you know. What you know, that's what Esau does, man. The people that can't put two and two together.
Yeah.
People are resource intensive.
Yeah.
To live and to work and shit.
Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, and they're orchestrating a famine right now as we speak, right? Because we've all forgotten a whole load of food processing factories which is burning down all throughout the world.
100%, yeah.
Then all of these carbon subsidies. I mean, how?
Well, it's funny. All the meat factories going down, right? And now they want to eat less meat.
Yeah.
They're pushing all the fucking fake meat or
Yep.
or locust or bugs
Yep.
or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
All these alternatives.
Yep.
After they burnt down the face.
Exactly. And the thing is as well, when you look at in certain of these laws, I think you're for your own consumption like coal and animal. But if you're trying to sell it, you have to go through the proper channel. You have to take it. But if those factories are basically being burnt down, like we're saying, then what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. You know, the animals just die. You can't sell it on.
So the great famine is definitely coming.
Yeah.
Third, don't take over the earth. Once again.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
So ultimately it's the judgment of the Lord. There's a famine in the land. It didn't happen spontaneously. It's the Lord. Man.
Yeah.
Even if it's the orchestrated or not by the wicked enemy, the Lord's making that famine coming back.
See, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges.
So we're in a time now where people are so wicked, but even when the judgments are coming, they're not acknowledging that it's coming from the heaven. All these earthquakes and that punishments of the Lord, people just dropping dead all of a sudden. They're not acknowledging that it's the judgment from the Lord. That's how wicked it's going to become.
That tornado hurricane bro was an example of that, man. Yeah, people getting judged and put to death and shit, houses being torn apart, and fucking people dance and talking the truth. Not people, all people.
Yeah.
You know? Not considering that they could be next time they come around, it could be them up in there.
Worse, yeah.
You know?
So that's why the Lord going to pull all the stops. You know, the missiles are going to fly. You know, everyone's going to have to acknowledge that, yeah, the Lord's very angry.
Yeah.
You know, this is the Heavenly Father doing this. This ain't no, so this ain't no spontaneous event. Like, this is a judgment from the heaven.
Yeah.
Second death. It's not Mother Nature. Yeah, they're going to say, it's Mother Nature now.
It's from the Father.
Yeah. Destroying America and all that. That's why everyone's going to be in shock. They're going to think, oh, America, that's great city. Stood, tall and all that against the whole world, bold and braggadocious. And all of a sudden, it's been destroyed in one hour. That means a higher source of power must have destroyed that bitch, man.
Yeah. Verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap victuals, the things that you buy, right, upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
And you got these false leaders talking about they're going to lower taxes. Yeah, let them lower the taxes. You don't think yourself to be in good case. And all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. And it shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes.
Psalm says it's going to be painful. What do you mean by that? Biden was talking about dark winters. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we didn't go through it, but that's the omen of things to come. Because it's going to be dark fucking winters. You know? And no one sees nothing positive on the horizon, which is funny. But they're all having to fight this badness that's going to happen, right? Having to make things right. That means there's badness coming. You know, that they're going to have to deal with.
Never.
Or rather, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because they ain't going to do it. You want to do it. You won't be giving that on shoot level. You know? So there's times coming, man. The days of great evil are coming. You know? Just like it's prophesied.
Civil unrest, civil war is definitely on the horizon, man. And it's going to break out, man. America's like, you were saving the best judgment for lost. I mean, America's going to, when it hits America on that level, man, it's not going to stop, man. That's when they're going to start moving from phase 1 to phase 2, and then ultimately they're going to start putting sea hips in again.
Now you can imagine, during the time of Rome, I just playing out the same way.
Same shit.
In the time of prosperity, it was all good talk, all good things, and all this and that. But when the shit was going wrong, oh yeah, we're gonna make a amphitheater, and yeah, we're gonna give bread and circus to the people. Oh yeah, we're gonna throw some gold and throw some parties and shit, because they're trying to distract the fact that it was going down.
Yeah.
And every time someone was coming into power, they was always talk about making Rome greater or making it better than what it was, or as good as it was, or all this kind of stuff. You can say shit. Rome went down hard.
Yeah, the fall of Rome.
It's in the history book, right? And Esau's now trying to, well, has revived that, but it's based on something old that existed, that fell. It didn't last forever, right? And this place is no different. It's pretty much the second same. You know?
Yeah, 'cause it's the same system, image with the beast that was from back then. Same, type of laws and legislation, same setup. Same look, and it's gonna go down by violence, man. The laws of Babylon the Great was set up by violence. It's gonna go down by violence.
So it says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth.
So evil's gonna grow. Things are gonna get worse, not better. Everyone's thinking or hoping that things are gonna get better. No, that's not how it's gonna go. Right? The scripture speaks about there's no balm for pain. Beginning of America, there's nothing that's gonna heal it and bring it back to its preeminence. It's not. Evils are going to grow, and evils have been growing after year after year after year. There's not been a year that say, well, this year's better than last year. I can't even say that.
Well, you can see that in their high unholy days, right? Oh, as we always say, I remember growing up around Saturnalia, the whole it's Christmas. You go each house, you got a massive tree, you got the decorations, lights. Every year it's getting less and less and less, which is like an omen, yeah, a reflection of what's happening in the world.
You can buy turkey, now they buy chicken. It says that in Isaiah 24, the mirth of the land ceasing.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening, because
Pubs are shutting down.
Yeah.
so they're not going to drink wine with the sun. People are going to start drinking wine morning, because all the hell that's going to be breaking loose. Then they're going to be then they're not going to be able to afford wine. And there's no wine left in the city.
Well, Marco Star one time said that's why what do you call it? You got some periods in time that people have like wine, so that in those times they've got like something to sell.
It's going to get bad out there, man. Worse than we can even imagine. That's why Daniel's 12 tells you, man, it's going to get real bad out there, man.
But we've lived in, it's even us, we've lived in comfort in this world. Even no matter what position we are in this society, in contrast to the third world, we've lived good.
In the Middle East.
In the Middle East, like, let's be real, we've all been able to just go to the tap and turn the water. We don't know what it's like to travel for ages, into your water well, hoping that they will and that it's even clean. To then carry it back like the one of African. I know African women, whatever the water,
Big arches in their head, buckets in their head, It's gonna get like that.
Yeah. So for them people in the third world, it's still gonna be tough, but they've got certain. They will have seen death. People in, like you said, people in Syria, Yemen,
Used to not having lights.
yeah. They're used to hearing the screams and the howls of death, the smell of death. Right, you think about what's happening over there in Palestine at the moment, right? They basically haven't got diggers to excavate buildings that have been bombed. That means you just have dead corpses in the building, stinking.
That's why they got disease and infestation
Exactly.
going on over there as well. I think they said they're going to shut down a place because of some breakout over there.
Oh yeah, because they got certain which goes to show
There's
you.
going to be a ceasefire. That shows its control.
Yeah.
They're going to have a ceasefire because of some breakout.
Yeah,
They're going to go back to business as usual.
it's not even just that though. They're having a ceasefire so that the WHO can go and give for the polio.
Yeah, for the polio, that's it.
That
Show you that war is all set up. Shows you that's all set up, bro. They're gonna have a ceasefire because of a breakout of polio.
Yeah, but it's okay when you bomb the kids.
But then
when you
after
bomb the
everyone
hospital.
gets rejected, it's back to the war. We get back to the war.
So so
you can have a ceasefire.
the kids get the polio shot, right? And they get bombed tomorrow.
Exactly.
What's the point?
The point, bro. That means
Esau's
you
the
could have
devil.
stopped. You could have stopped the war at any time. You really could have just stopped the war at any time. You're acting like they can't stop it, or you gotta have a two-part policy. And this bullshit, man.
Yeah.
It's all play on words, man. It's mad.
He wants to test his new weapons out.
That's
That's
it.
part one. And it's just a major blood sacrifice.
They want to see how quickly they can cleanse the land.
Yeah.
You know, ethnically cleanse the land. Yeah.
The book Job 20 and the 4. Knowest thou not this of God, since man was praised upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Right, so we know Esau's doing all that he can, but eventually he has to come to an end, man, because he's not destined to rule forever. Right, so he can enjoy his time now. Where he thinks he's manipulating things in the world events, and he thinks he's getting close to his goal. That's his time. It's his time to do that. But we all know he's on borrowed time. He's on borrowed time. As you read with your Revelation 12:12. They will come with great wealth, and he knows he has but a short time. You all know he's on the clock. That's all Father told. And so he has to bring things to pass for his, supposedly for his benefit before the Lord turns up. But not knowing that everything he's doing is leading to his own destruction.
Yeah.
So we know his joy is going to end soon.
Yeah.
You know?
The Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty.
All their plans, their schemes, it's their enterprise that it's about as well.
Yep, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right? So they won't be able to perform it. They never get to their end goal. And you just think about them, those are raining upon them while they're eating. So they're going to be getting really close to it and enjoying what they're doing. But they're never going to be able to save at the moment.
Yeah.
It's never going to be able to settle and be like, yeah, I'm satisfied. They're never going to be satisfied because those are going to cut it short.
It's true, like you just said, they never got to that. Never been able to reach that accomplishment, because even in different empires, during the Greek Empire, they tried to make this universal thing happen, and the Lord shut that shit down. I'm sure they tried it in Rome as well.
Well, Rome couldn't conquer anymore.
Yeah.
That's what was the problem. They couldn't physically take any more places. They either couldn't win or they already taken it already. And so there was nothing coming out of them. They were taxing the shit out of these different lands, and they couldn't give them anymore. So Rome was gonna fail based on that business plan. They couldn't take no more land. They were losing this battle and that battle, and so eventually Rome stopped.
Yeah. The western part stopped.
Yeah.
And the eastern part, which is when Jake took over, and started to multiply and take over Europe. And Esau saw the benefits of that, man. He saw how Jake multiplied and took over the whole Roman Empire at that time, the Eastern Roman Empire. And we benefited for a moment in time, for 1,000 years, but then the Lord shut that shit down. Because that's not the kingdom of heaven. And it was under that Catholicism, Roman Catholicism type, doctrine as well during that time period. So the Lord wasn't with that.
No kingdom today reaches pinnacle. Like I'm sure even back in Babylon, they probably wanted more land. But guess what? They had a certain amount of land too. The Greeks already managed to get a certain portion or whatever.
Alexander wanted to expand.
Yeah. So they've never really hit their pinnacle, because they've all got ambitions of controlling the earth, right? Controlling everything on it, right? But the only person or people that could do that is Yahweh Shai and the Israelites, man. That's been set up for them to do. Right? So we know Esau has to fail because this kingdom is no better than the ones previously. They will be wicked beforehand. It's worse than the previous, right? And so we know because of wickedness, because of iniquity, the Lord changes the rulership. Right? The Lord brings, take it down one and set it for others. But we know after Esau's gone out the way, we can take it out, that Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to stand and reign forever.
Yeah.
The
Lord's going to show these people how to really rule. That's right. And it's going to be straight up different vibration on the earth, and it's going to be straight up righteousness. New heaven and new earth. Yeah. Well and well righteousness. And they're never going to go down. The Lord said there's going to be an everlasting kingdom. And it's not going to be left to other people, man. So there's not going to be no change of the guard and none of that. Israel's going to be ruling forever. Yeah. And we're going to tax the people. There's going to be in righteousness. They're going to be made tribute unto us even after 1,000 years. But we're not going to overtax them and all that. We're going to give them their lands back. We're going to show them how it's done, man.
You know what? It's even just the fact that Esau, the most oppressive, is at the end, and Jacob is like one that follows. The nations are going to be like, look, we remember what it was like under Esau, man.
And the mercy of the wicked is cruel, man.
And then they're going to be like, you know what? Like,
And they're taxing us, but they ain't taxing us.
They ain't gonna
They
shit. They're
overtax,
gonna
man.
be for 1,000 years.
Yeah,
They ain't gonna remember. You know, but in contrast to how things are today,
Yeah.
like it's better to be able to work with people on the earth than it is to be at war against them. And that's why there's gonna be peace. We need to be up there, right? It's better to have a healthy relationship with your neighbors than it is to be at war with them. Esau has a different mentality of philosophy to this week, he's a agent of destruction.
Like oppressive.
Yeah, you know. So there's ways to go about things. Esau is just conscious to life in general. So he's not the dual one.
He doesn't have balance. When he saw the plan and had to see the way to the friends don't see the way it seems, even the Lord was like, you know what I'm saying? But you saw, he'll do that and then to get rid of that guy. Whose face is on there, you got take him out, take his family out, put your face on it, let's set up some puppet leaders and then overtax the people.
Yeah.
You know, like Esau goes much too close to the extreme.
You know, even though I did a video on a couple of months ago, the Lord only asked for 10%.
Yeah,
Esau-
Abraham gave
Yeah.
10% to Moses.
Esau's taking 90%.
Esau, yeah,
And
when-
he being 10%.
Yeah, when you look into how much tax you actually
Overtax, yeah.
it's over. Esau's doing too much.
Hidden
And it's
taxes,
meant to be on profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
corporations
So
as
not
well.
based off not based on your what you need,
Yeah.
but based on excess. 10%
Yeah,
of excess. Esau don't give a shit.
And all these taxes, what really supposed to be corporate tax.
Yeah.
It's for corporations that's supposed to be paying, not the fucking the citizens.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't supposed to be paying these excessive taxes that Esau, these hidden taxes Esau be putting on the people. That's usury. You know?
Esau takes a bit, and it's like, here it is, you earn money, you taxes that. You put it in your savings account,
Taxes that.
you tax, so you
Then your
taxing
money's not even in the
twice.
account. The money's
Yeah.
not even in the account that you actually own. So if you want to go to the bank and take all your money out, you gotta go through these hurdles, and then you still won't be able to get all the money.
Yeah, they always want,
They're telling you
yeah.
you can't basically take the money that you own at the bank because it's not there. It's something called fractional reserve banking, where they only keep 10% of any money that's in the assets in the actual bank. Everything else out will be invested somewhere else. So you can never get your money out.
Yeah.
Even if it's like the full amount, you'll never be able to get that money out.
But that's why, for instance, they promote things like ISAs and pensions. Yeah, because you're basically saying you now have this money for the next year. And you're basically saying do with it whatever you want. And in the pension, that's why, for instance, you've actually got lots of companies that are actually owned by, when you look at the shareholders, owned by pension funds, right? Because when you're paying into a pension, you're actually paying into a private, like you get different kind. But if you imagine you get ones that are private entities, and they're using that money that you're paying in every month to make investments to go, which is why to make profit somewhere else, and it can all go and it will all go like that, right? Which is why when who was the woman that was prime minister for like 3 weeks?
The fake Iron Lady.
Yeah, that woman anyway. Basically, and
No one even
Kwasi, what was his
Kwarteng.
name, man? Kwasi,
This
right? Liz Truss, that's
Don't
what.
trust
Don't trust her.
Don't trust in this trust.
But basically, the Bank of England had to step in to prevent the pension funds going bust.
That's right. It's all a setup. It's all backed by fraud, man.
And this is why it's about you put our wages in a bag of holes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really get what we work for, and that's why we're always like oppressed and poor.
Yeah.
Trying to live as best we can on what we've got. You know, Esau living in luxury. I see these corporations. I think it was fucking murder, man. You know, all these loopholes. But us now, we're subject to payment.
Yeah.
It's about that's right.
Because when you look at the last point, when you look at like how the rich pay for stuff, it's very different to how the regular man pays for stuff. Like if you're what they refer to as a high net worth individual, so you've got like $1 million in assets or you make 300K a year, right? You don't get a regular mortgage like us regular guys do. Your rules are completely different. These things you can do, these things exactly. And you're leverage, and you have access to them high class financiers that can help you pay even less tax.
Habakkuk 2 and the 4 and 5. Yeah, Also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
So that wine is representative of his philosophy. Right? You can read that with Isaiah 29:9 speaks about they're drunk but not with wine, just proving that that's not always talking about literal drink.
He who enlarges his desire as hell,
Yep.
and is as dirt, and it cannot be satisfied.
Yeah, so he enlarges his desires health. He's going around everywhere, right? Neither keepeth at home, right? He's as death because as been broken down. It's like the grave can keep taking. The grave can keep taking. That's how Esau is.
Always space for another body.
It's always space.
So
Right.
the scripture that hell is never empty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the grave, not no fucking pit underneath the earth. You know,
Yeah.
it's like talking about the actual grave. Because the earth is vast, man.
Yeah.
Grave is never
And
empty.
you take it from it.
Yeah.
You know, ashes thou art, ashes thou return.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes it back.
Even in the time of Yahushua, you had Jake coming out of the grave, coming back to life, going back living a full life
Yep.
after he got crucified, man. So, you know, the grave is vast, man. It's the earth.
Yeah. That's like Esau, man. Esau, he just keeps taking.
He's the harbinger of death, for real.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's why he needs to be taken up, man, because you got these leaders, these false leaders in power, positions of power over the whole earth, man.
Yeah.
And they're making the wrong decisions, man. You know, they got perverse spirits, man. You know, the Lord said he mingled a perverse spirit amongst all these French leaders. You know, the Bidens, the Trumps, all these guys, man, they ain't for the benefit of the people. You know, even the wicked elite that they work for, they're the worst of the worst, man. They're trying to basically destroy mankind. You know, all because they lost their birthright, man. They want to destroy all of mankind, man, and really destroy the Israelites.
You know, I'm so happy Esau's an idiot. The fact you sold your birthright was the most stupidest thing ever, man. But it benefits us, man.
Yeah.
And you can be mad about all you want. It doesn't change the damn thing. You know, the Lord made his choice. He chose Jacob. Right? So you have to fucking deal with it. Yeah. You have to fucking deal with the fact that you're despised and hated. You know, because you're not proven to be otherwise.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to blame your damn self.
Everything you're doing is basically proving the point of why the Lord chose Jacob and
Yeah.
not you.
That's it.
Because you are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Look what you've done.
And the most I was right in his
Yeah. He created you to be the wicked, man. Lord don't make mistakes, man. Not like men do. Men make mistakes. Oh, shit, should have done it. The Lord doesn't make mistakes. You know?
I gave it to the wrong guy.
Yeah, yeah, the wrong guy,
Now
yeah.
you fucked up the earth. Now I can't do nothing about it.
Rewrite this quick. Like, Lord don't make mistakes. It's perfect, man.
And you remember Joffrey, man, from Game of Thrones?
Okay,
Perfect
yeah,
villain, bro.
Perfect. But you know what it is, certain of the things you're like, why? Like remember when his uncle got him some harlots and he bloody killed them.
Mutilated them. Yeah.
Yeah, because even what was his I forget his uncle's name in the show again. Tyrion. Even Tyrion was like, "The fuck are you doing?" And what was the point? Everyone was disappointed in how easy his death was, right? Everyone was like, "Is that it?" Because they wanted him to go down with a bang. Now the message here is Esau's gonna go down with a bang.
Then there's reincarnation.
Say everything.
That's it.
Then there's reincarnation as well.
Yeah.
So Esau might think he's getting away with a slight easy death, but then you got to come back into the earth.
And he's gonna get beat down for 1,000 years.
Down, man.
You got to
Yeah,
keep,
man.
you got to keep dying and keep coming back.
Yeah, like there was that film. That film with the one where the day keeps repeating, man.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, but there's that one with Tom Cruise. Cruise, Edge of Tomorrow.
Or Edge of Tomorrow.
You know, it's
We even had another one called, with Mark Wahlberg, called Infinite. And that
Yeah.
was all about reincarnation. You know, and he even said, reincarnation is real and all that.
Yeah.
But that even Esau knows reincarnation is real.
Yeah.
That's why he makes movies about it, because he knows that if he does something in one life, he's gonna have to. Even the Rothschilds know about that. That's why they keep everything in house and they do a lot of ancestry and all that.
Yeah.
And they call it a dynasty because they die, and then they know that when they come back in the former life, the next life, they're gonna come back in their stead.
Yeah.
They're gonna come back through that line of devils.
They know bloodline is
Yeah, they know, man. They always keep everything in the house, man. That's why even with the presidency and all that, they're all fucking interrelated.
Yeah.
One way or another, Kamala's related to Obama. Obama's related to fucking the Bushes. Like they're sick. They're sick like that.
There'll be
They
some-
plan these things for fucking
Someone's
generations, man.
yeah.
They believe like you can't tell them. Vocab's an idiot. Vocab works for these guys. Vocab don't believe in reincarnation. Yeah, Vocab comes up from one of them sex schools, or probably them nutsacks or one of them. But he don't even believe in reincarnation. But at least they believe wholeheartedly in reincarnation. You told them that reincarnation, they'll look at you sideways, man. They
Well, but-
believe in that blood dynasty shit. Man.
So now get back into the kind of business and that's a bit, but that's why it's a thing. Once again Game of Thrones, right? When you watched it, it was just talking about the heads of the houses, the regular man. They was just over there, you know, and that's ultimately what it is. It's just a thing of elites, right? Now people in the they're elites, not
Rulers and servants.
Yeah,
you know.
that's the part.
That's it. Through the spirit of the Most High, Lord, who will be those men. Where's the elites on the right hand side?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You know, whereas and the so-called illuminated one, they're the elite on the left hand
We're
side.
the real Illuminati.
Yeah.
We're the children of the light.
That's
We're
it.
the children of this world are wiser than the children of light in their place. We talk about their wicked elite.
Yeah.
They're trying to sit in our stead because we fallen off as a people.
Yeah.
But we're coming back to being the children of light through the elect, through Yahweh Shai, who gave us this light, which is this word, this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Because he's come back into the world through us.
Yeah.
And he's gonna come physically back into this world in the second coming, man. Yeah. In the brightness of his coming.
Even in Game of Thrones, right, they had the king of the wolves, right, and there was the winter was coming, right. So they basically take down all the kingdoms of men, right. And this is the thing, these are all things resurrected from the dead. This is like kind of like us, we were resurrected, you know, and we are threat to Esau's kingdom. Now we're going to take it over. Obviously, they had some bullshit, and then with that, it was actually bullshit. But that's it's important for we the Lord turning up and taking over, man.
Yeah, but the great city was ended by getting burnt with fire from above. You know?
Yeah. Lord's coming again. It's going to be a cold winter.
Because the Lord said, the day of the Lord is dark, it's not light. And that was a dark place.
Dark,
Lord. And winter is usually associated with darkness and daylight, right?
Yeah, and great, hardship.
And they said it was a prophecy as well.
Yeah.
Last prophecy. Everyone's scared because there's prophecy that he's coming back.
Yeah.
And the Lord's definitely coming back.
Back in 2nd Ezra 16 and 21, behold, victory.
They would have the dragon, they would have the serpent. So they were about to take it out.
Yeah, that's it. Victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then evil shall grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Violence. Yeah, violence is increasing, man. It's not getting less. And it's becoming more violent. Famines, like I was going into, being orchestrated in the earth. And we've experienced some of that during the CV era, with lack of availability of foods and stuff, transport issues, logistics, right? It's not going to all happen again. You know?
Yeah.
And it will. And it will.
Yeah, and right now, man, you may go into the nearest supermarket and they get food. Easy to go into access food and stuff like that. But it's gonna come to time, like you go to the supermarket, you're not gonna have, you're not gonna find the bread or anything that's gonna sustain you.
Yeah.
Or if there is bread there, it's going to cost that.
Yeah. Oh, the prophecy with the bread for a day's wage.
It's that cost.
Yeah, that's right. Still has its trying to come.
Yeah. You know.
Problem is definitely gonna cause, because like the prophet said, one thing that Jacob go crazy over, because Jacob go crazy over money and all these different things, and money, like not being able to eat, that would drive Jacob crazy, man. No chicken and no, like
And
Jacob
then
go
the essentials
fucking
like
nuts.
that.
Yeah, that's when Jacob start losing.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Because right now, because once again, because we live in a comfortable society, right? The important things is what car is he driving, what clothes is he wearing, this, that, and the other. But when the luxury, vanity, But when it goes down to it, it goes back to once again Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where at the bottom it's your food, it's your water, necessity.
You can get that in Ecclesiastes 39. Yeah, I think it's
Okay,
27
Things of man, innit?
Yeah.
Fire, salt,
Oil.
And then it says for these things,
Food
people
and
will lose their
wine.
minds as well. It actually says that for these like necessities, people will go to lengths You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go ape shit basically to require those, necessities. Because when you're gonna want clean water in your house to wash and bathe, to even flush the toilet, people gonna be bugging the fuck out, man.
The washing as well. That
Yeah,
stuff.
washing and all
Yeah,
that.
sanitation.
Yeah.
You know, once again, especially women, man.
Especially like people like these people, these high-end people, like living in these million-pound houses. You know, clean water and no gas, electricity. They're gonna be bugging the fuck out, man.
But to be fair, they don't wash themselves.
Yeah,
I'm about to say the same thing. They used to say the same thing.
Forgot, yeah.
It don't mean they're clean.
Don't even wash their legs.
Man, I got like 3-inch nails and shit, man. You know, they got to wash themselves.
Esau's just gonna go back to his natural habitat of being that cave mentality of him being in the caves. He's just gonna go back to his natural order of being a caveman when all hell breaks loose, I guess. Because they're not, as you said, water is a foreign thing to them.
Yeah.
But Jake's gonna go buck wild, man.
Yeah.
Like you can flush them in for days.
Come on, man.
Can flush
Piling up the
toilet,
shit.
yeah, shit,
It's stinking up the whole yard.
That's stress.
The
Yeah.
pipes still blocked up and all that.
Yeah. Well, because that's what they say. Like when you get something like a tsunami or a hurricane, right? The first thing isn't necessarily the biggest killer; it's the after effects,
The aftermath.
right? The fact that there isn't clean water,
No
the fact
sanitation.
that the sanitation system isn't running, so you're wanting to drink water, but that water now has poo and
Feces and all
feces and all of that, and that's what
And then
would you
what
get?
comes with that? Rats.
Malaria, cholera. That's the one. Yeah, cholera. That's one of the biggest killers.
And it comes
You know
with
what?
rabies as well. You got the
Yeah.
rats infestation. All that
Yeah.
pollution and that brings fucking
Great
infestation,
death.
man.
Yeah.
And then you get diseases. It just accumulates, and then,
Yeah.
well, you got a fucking plague on that.
Yeah.
Or in that city, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape,
Wine,
yeah.
wine.
and oil and clothing.
And you can tell, a lot of the guy, you can tell, because no matter what's going on, people are still drinking. See people go out and drinking.
Yeah.
You know. Always the flour and all that, that's for your food, because
Yeah.
you can bake bread back then.
Bread and that.
Back, bake bread
Oh.
better. Oil because for the bread.
In with Elijah, that's what after he left the brook, he went to the woman and she had flour and oil.
Bread.
That was two things it said that she
Essential
had.
things.
Yeah.
I think it may be a bit different today because we've got different methods of cooking and stuff like that here.
Yeah.
But it basically means your food.
Yeah.
You need to have food,
Clean
water,
water.
iron for work.
Yeah.
To create tools and stuff like that. Create
Yeah.
tools.
Salt for preservation.
Also,
'cause that was like the ancient way of preserving your food. That's where your salary. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, all that's going to be taken away. Because people don't even own farmland, man.
Yeah.
But even back then, time of Genesis, at least Abraham had farmland, he had cattle, he had actual real money, which is gold and silver. He had natural real resources from the earth.
Yeah.
But who owns all that resource now? Esau.
Yeah.
Average person don't know about no fucking farming, planting seeds and all that. They don't know about that shit.
It's true. We were speaking about that as well before. It's like we're so far in the Western world. We're so far removed from food.
So
Unreal.
dependent as well.
You're
Like, depending on supermarkets to have stored food, fresh food for you every 3-4 days.
yeah.
Like, when the trucks stop coming in, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And it's all a domino effect. If you carry on reading, they told you, man, for those necessities, people will even kill each other for it, man.
So it says, and clothing. So all things are good for. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil.
Yeah, so people are gonna go lose their minds when they ain't got time to, when they ain't got those things able to be, accumulated. And
they're going to covet these things.
they're gonna covet. They're gonna rob, steal. They're gonna kill people. Like even I think what was it? What state it was? They were saying that when the time of like panic buying was happening, people were waiting outside for the elderly, man, when they was going shopping. The elderly, they're vulnerable. They can't do shit. They're just carrying their bag. People just waiting on the corner, take that shit and run. Push the granny over and all that. Don't care what happened. Granny's all there, just paralyzed, dead, like dying. Man has got his shopping, he's gone. That's what's going to be happening. They said they're going to be breaking into people's houses.
There was a literally this week there was a woman that got jailed, or rather sentenced rather, because basically she stole her granny's wheelchair, the granny basically then, or the old person basically, nah, they got left in the cold and died. You know, so
People are turning more and more heartless.
Yeah,
Man. It's like seeing more
But
articles of people
yeah,
killing their own families and all that, just doing heartless things, man. People waxing the hearts of many, waxing worse and worse. In that time, it's gonna wax so heartless. It's gonna be unbelievable. Like you can smell that barbecue going right now.
Yep.
People gonna be smelling people's barbecues in that time of Jacob Trouble. Thinking, where's that coming from? And they're gonna go hunting, man.
yeah.
They show you that program, that movie, that blackout movie, man. You know, they wanted to get some cans of beans and all that from the neighbor. And then they started threatening each other with fucking with guns. Because he wanted a can of beans, man. The man refused to give it to him. It's my beans, it's mine, bro. Giving it to you. And then all of a sudden they said, no, the blackout stopped now. And now you can put the guns down. Like it was a purge season.
Yeah.
Like you can only purge for 24 hours. And after that 24 hours, everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
People gonna go. That's why they show you in the purge movies. People are just gonna go like lawless.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill everyone. Anyone that they had problems with, they're gonna remember that person that in that day and go looking for them, man. Because there's a women. Yeah, they're gonna travel to that house. Yeah, these women out here that are treating their men like shit, using the kids against them and all that. Your husbands, your exes and all that. They're gonna come looking for you.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. They're gonna remember you, man. They're gonna remember all the fucking you did. Then they're gonna know that police ain't coming to save you. They be like, yeah, I can now finally get this bitch. Or the men who you've rejected. Yeah, they're gonna come around. Men that you've rejected, they're gonna find out where you live.
It's gonna be bad. I mean, Kevin Samuel used to always say this, man. You only have feminism in the first world country, and when this world, all of these countries become third world, because really, who upholds feminism? It's men uphold feminism. That's
man.
I remember that even some woman was speaking about that. She was like, feminism is unnatural because you're basically having to let men like accept that. Exactly, because and that's what she's saying. Oh no, she's saying you can never have a truly matriarchal society because it's the men that have decided that that's okay, right? As soon as the men flip back to their natural state, they enforce it. Yeah, because you need force, you need power.
If you haven't got it, there's no way you can uphold anything.
Ask Esau. Esau, you know that power. He wields that power, and he says, "Look, do as I say, or I will destroy you." As a curse, or else do as I say, or else. Right. So when society collapses, and you get these men that have been you get certain men that have been roasting in the jail.
Yeah.
Right. Breaking out. They're gonna be like, look, man.
Like we mentioned earlier, like the Venezuelans.
Yeah.
A lot of them Venezuelans are prison, the guys that come out of prison, and they personally tell them to go over the border and get them free reigns over there in America.
Oh, let's say you get certain of these immigrants that maybe from like Muslim majority countries. And let's be real, somewhat like you get Edomites that'll go to Morocco and their bird is gonna want to dress like a hoe. In Morocco, you don't dress, so for them they're like flesh, right? Because they're not used to that. But then you're importing all of those people into Europe, into England, right? And then when that time comes when they can go and grab flesh,
they're gonna grab it, man.
They're gonna grab
you that exactly. Someone get it.
Why rubbish?
Yeah. Zachariah 14.
Oh, yeah, you got these men amped up, man. You know, by putting everything on display. Not saying it wouldn't happen without it, but you've definitely turned the stakes. You definitely turned it up.
You've made yourself a target. It's like walking with a gold chain into the end. Don't do that. So it even say if you go somewhere like Jamaica, don't have your hat. If you got a watch, don't have your hand outside the car because some people you can't lift your hand.
Man, where would you like is Zechariah? You can start from that one.
Yeah, Zechariah.
The woman get ravished.
Yes, Zechariah 14 from the top. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee.
And this is specifically talking about the nation of Israel. But this is going to be this is going to be like worldwide. It's going to be nationwide.
These women are not going to be exempt, man. They're going to be in the same boat.
Passion out.
Yeah, no. The Lord is not a respectful person.
But even now they're doing that. Even to show you videos. I think there was a video. The brother put the article. You got these militias or militants wearing women's clothing and shit. You must have broken into some Iranian.
It's Israeli, isn't it?
Israelis' yard and started wearing their fucking women's clothing, but after they murked everyone in the yard. Like they did some sick shit over there. So you already know that they're ravishing the women, the children are getting raped up and all that. And they're having their way with it.
They were raping the men.
Yeah, there was that video there.
You're meant to be
And they're gonna do that.
The most moral, military in the world.
Yeah, but a lot of them,
army,
a lot of the military guys are down low, man.
Yeah,
During that time when Jacob Trouble, them down low military men are gonna be raping up Jake men and women, man, and children.
Eat the butts.
Yeah, they eat. You know, eat some cities like that, man. And they're getting a lot of foreign troops as well.
Yeah.
Come over there to America. They're gonna be like, wow.
Because even you even see Esau with his woman, but he still look like a mom.
Yeah.
Like he still look like a mom.
Spirit of a mom,
Yeah, he ain't right, man. Hold on,
Yeah,
I'll check it a sec. It says, behold, the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle.
So that's the World War. That's civil war. You know, a civil unrest. All nations are going to be against Jerusalem, which is Israel. People before a place. So there's going to be, you know, sedition and race riots, clashings, and all that shit.
Yep, it says, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished,
and the women are going to get raped up. Israelite women especially, man. All these proud heifers and spot arenas out here, these sexy red bitches and all these damn hot harlots that, you know, going around on social media, you know, twerking and shit all day long. Them bitches are going to get raped up in these last days, man.
You're going to be fucking changing your gender in that time.
Yeah, you're going to be
you're cutting your hair. You're taking the nails off, the eyelashes, all that stuff off, bro. Just try and hide. Try and pass as a guy.
That's the image that the let's be real, that the Amalekite has pushed.
Purposely.
Of Eve. Right? Not to say that Eve ain't full of shit, but because I don't really watch music videos. But every now and then, when I might be in a place where they've got like a music like video on, I'll be watching. I'll be like, the whole video is just like 10 black women just shaking their ass and like,
either northern or southern kingdom. Either northern or southern is butt ass naked. And even carnival, they show you the same shit. You should be wearing bikinis on the main road.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's behaving like that.
And once again, and this is it, because we live in these metropolis type places, you have to realize there are certain people that I've never met, Jake. That is literally their only image that they get. That the so-called black man is a thug and a gangster, and that the so-called black woman is a hoe.
Yeah. So it says in Amos 7:17, our wives should be harlots. Our wives and daughters should be harlots in the city, man.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what these women are. And they portray that on the TV screens every day. That's why you got Nicki Minaj, Little Kim, all these bitches, all they promote is horrors.
It's like literally these music videos now. Just keep the
strip teasers, the strip teasers.
Yeah, strip teasers.
Soft porn, yeah.
You know, I was perplexed.
Back in the day, they used to say, they used to have the explicit version. Now all the videos are explicit. They used to have the normal version and the explicit version. Now all the videos are explicit.
Yeah. Wicked.
Over sexual.
Well, if you can have fucking Little Nas X twerking on the same, you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything now.
It says half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city.
So hell is coming, man. That's why Ezekiel 7:5 always told you, man. You know, death and destruction is on its way. The time of judgment, many evils are going to multiply, like we was reading earlier. And if you can read Ezekiel 7:5 as well, I'm going to jump to the other piece.
Time on the clock.
2:48. I grab this while you're pulling that. No. It says Isaiah 13 and 15, 14. Says point 1 and 16. It says, and it shall be as the chased roe and as the sheep that no man taketh up.
Yeah.
They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. And so that's everyone basically getting tribal. People going back to where they came from. So yeah, Tommy's gonna get his wish in that.
Everyone's banding up.
Yeah, everyone's banding up. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
So it's the same circumstance, same type of judgment. Children are going to getting these little rug rats out here. They're going to be getting killed out here, stabbed. And that's why a lot of them are getting stabbed up nowadays. And they're turning up younger and younger, as you can see on the news. A lot of these kids are getting stabbed up. You know, how many people died during the carnival this year? People get stabbed up.
She came. She went carnival with her daughter. I saw that. Even on carnival, I saw. I was like, what are you doing?
So I was
I
watching,
don't want to
man.
go there. I'm a
Yeah.
grown ass
I'm
man.
not gonna walk down there ever again, man. Fuck that. That place is a den of wickedness. And then you get caught up in the crowds and all that fucking.
That, even watching the like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
me
fucking-
fucked up.
All it would take is a loud. Let's say there's a motorbike that's kind of the motorbike will pop, a loud bang, and then that would have been a stampede.
Stampede.
It's very easy to create a stampede, man. Especially like when you could have. I'm watching,
Could've
man.
moved, man.
It was crazy.
It's a roadblock.
Anxiety was kicking in
No.
like, nah, I want to be
Yeah.
out.
Half the people out there don't even. They probably had a shower and all that. You got a lot of Edomites in the crowd as well. There's another video that's saying people were defecating in people's houses.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
there's no toilets.
Yeah, because there's no.
So they're defecating, pissing, and shitting, and they're all drunk. 'Cause that's the whole festival, spirit of being drunken, bacchanal, and all that Bacchus. It's about being drunk and it's being that spirit of revelry.
Yeah.
So they're out of their fucking minds. And they're high off drugs and all that.
Yeah.
People vomiting and you see videos, bitches on the floor vomiting and all that. Like,
This
what,
country's weird. Like the fact that even the elder one he was like, bro, why are there no toilets in the parks? Like in other countries, you got toilets and facilities everywhere. Yeah, they may not be 100% clean, but you still have them. I remember you see, especially like on a hot summer's day in England, like if it's somewhere not like this, somewhere a bit more like a larger park, like a common or something like that, you just see women like go together in groups into some bushes and squat. I just think like, oh, I say the country's weird like that.
that's that spirit, man. The spirit of wickedness in the society. And that's why it's getting ready to be judged.
How can you have a whole event where I think they said 3 million people,
2
but you
million.
ain't got, but you don't have toilets for it? Like, does that even make any, like, that's part of the planning. Like, surely you have, I mean, yeah, they would have had toilets, but you have to have enough for everyone to use.
Overcharging as well. Like, it's bullshit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They always set up like that every year, it's the same old shit.
Same
And
shit.
it's the same result, man. Just lascivious and wickedness, people getting killed and all that. But that's why all that shit that you said earlier, the mirth of the land is gone, man. It's coming to an end. Ultimately, when all hell breaks loose, people just gonna have to deal with that reality, man. But the man of the Lord said, my servant shall eat. Everyone else is out there starving to death. and all that.
Oh, no, it always says, my servant shall laugh.
You're gonna laugh, you're gonna mock.
That's why we're not afraid.
Yeah.
We're not afraid. We're not concerned about it. We
Yeah.
don't want it to be terrible. We don't want it to be tough. But only the men are going to be joyful.
Yeah, it's that time. Yeah. Remember, Elder said that. So when all hell breaks loose and we finally see it, brothers are gonna be rejoicing.
Yeah.
Man. Brothers ain't gonna be like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. Brothers are gonna be happy because this is our time, basically. These people having their time right now at our expense. And when it's their time to go suffer and go through the hell, we're gonna be laughing at their expense, man.
You remember during the time of the siege before it touched the shores of Europe, right? And we said we're having all of that fake news coming out of China, like people dropping dead on the floor and this, that, and the other. When we realized it was just the flu, we were kind of disappointed. Like, oh, this is it.
It was something serious.
You know what
More
I'm saying?
serious.
Where is bad at making that happen?
I mean, like the what they were able to do from
Yeah,
it was good.
Who's the stir in the earth?
Yeah,
Sure.
fear-mongering. Yeah,
Sure, it did.
everything.
But it wasn't the great.
Yeah, it wasn't a great.
It wasn't quite what we told. Exactly. So, but that's a difference between us and them. We want this world to fail.
Yeah. You want to see it destroyed, man. You want people to see the harshness of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
You want righteousness. Well, if I can grab that real quick, unless someone has something.
Oh, 7:05. You can read it off.
Yeah, can I grab this real quick, right? This is 2 Peter 3:13, right? It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what we're looking forward to, man, because it's like more and more you're seeing Jake just being the freakiest freaks,
It's gone. Jake's gone.
you know?
Jake is gone. Jake take this alphabetism Gen Z shit to a whole nother level. Esau knew what he was doing because he knows how to use.
Yeah,
You know Jake's got that sheep mentality.
Yeah.
Jake can easily led. That's why the Lord always get vexed with us. Jake is easily led to do wickedness all the time, quickly as well.
Yeah. And then Jake that I hear once again are exporting that wickedness, which is why Esau left Jake out so that we can export that wickedness back home, so called. Because that's why you be hearing
Culture.
stories about how the cities of like the or was it what's the capital of Ghana, Accra, right? When you go there, it's just like being in fucking America,
Now it is, yeah.
you know.
Nigeria get into that before.
Nigeria's getting to Lagos and that. In the village, you still got order, but then the girls in the city are now city girls.
Yeah.
They're now talking about I'm a divorce my man, right? Why? Because that's been exported by TV, by family abroad.
In the West.
You know, auntie, you don't have to accept that.
Yeah, destabilization.
Destabilization.
That's how Esau does it. Don't hypnotize you through the TV and media, man. You know?
Esau don't respect the order the Most High set up. Yeah. He's like again, he's contrary to everything the Most High ever done.
Yeah. And
Ezekiel 7:5, that says the Lord power and evil and only evil. Behold is come, and end is come, the end is come. It watches for thee, behold it is come.
That's like we mentioned earlier, all the evil's gonna get worse upon the earth. So this is what we're expecting. And anybody that's expecting anything different, I don't know where you are, man. I don't know where you think you're living at.
Yeah.
But the world is not going in a upward trajectory. You know, as if it's gonna get better. No, it's going this way.
Wow.
Right? Only this way.
It's already been there.
Yeah,
It's already been there.
It's been going down a long time.
It's had its pinnacle, yeah.
that's why the mantra is "Make America Great Again."
You ain't been great.
Yeah, you had it once, but now you've lost it. And the Lord said it in Obadiah, man. You set your nest upon the stars, then shall he bring you down. America's never going to be made again. You had your pinnacle, and that's it. Every other society had their pinnacle, and they all got brought down by the same power that's going to bring your ass down. You ain't no different, man. You ain't superior in no other way. You know, all these other nations, even the Babylonians was more superior than America. Oh, yeah. Babylon had 50 states back then as well. They had something like 50 or even 100. We had like 100 states back then. It was greater than America. The gold head and all that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. America's the peak.
One thing I meditate on sometimes is how, like, for instance,
They had 120.
123, 120 something.
Yeah,
Something like
provinces,
that.
the states or something.
Persian, the Persian Empire.
Oh, that's the media Persian, isn't it?
Yeah, Persian,
120 provinces or something like that.
yeah.
So all them empires had greater, like,
Yeah.
greater prestige than this.
Yeah.
America, man. America's a lump of shit, man. Confusion.
Can't. So I was gonna say, like, one of the things to meditate on sometimes is the Edomite doesn't even have his word. When you look at the story of Esther and everything that was going, it's because what in that time, in their culture, in their systems, once something was said and stamped, that was it. It was like, well, that word is gone now. It's more honorable. Esau, on the other hand, he'll come. Once again, we were speaking about it. But there's pictures of Gaddafi's son, if I'm not mistaken, with like Hillary and them. And then, bro, like, look what they did to his dad.
Yeah, violations.
Violations. And this is it. Whenever these nations want to get at America, they use the plight of Jake, right? Because I remember, was it the Iranian president from a while back? What was his name? The kind of skinny, the kind of skinny guy. Ahmadinejad. I think it was
He
him.
was always talking shit about America.
Yeah. You know, but you basically saying, you see, this is what happens when you do deals with America. They renege on their deal.
They hated him.
You know, because here it is, they did the they call it P5+1, the nuclear deal thing, and then unilaterally America will just go, oh, we're gonna change the rules.
Look what I mean, at the way they keep America.
Well,
beginning
oh,
of the
I'm saying everyone that has dealing with America and the West had the same fucking story.
Yeah.
Russia was saying the same thing. It can't be all just like made up shit.
Yeah.
These men don't keep to their word, and these fucking the Russians, the Edomites too, and they pissed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're going to be their downfall.
That's it.
Russian Edomite going to be an American Edomite downfall, right? You're going to get taken down by your own people. Just speaking another language, man.
That's it.
Another dialect. And Satan is being divided against Satan. That's it, man. So that's the beautiful ending to this travesty of a fucking kingdom. Right? America's the most proud, even out of all these other nations that came before. I mean, you had Babylonians talk about how they were gods and setting themselves up as a high ranking deities or so, demigods, whatever. But America's been the most fucking proud.
Most proud.
I think Edomites think they're just never gonna go down.
Yeah.
And what Psalms 49 and verse 11 says, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. But when does that ever happen? There's no precedent for that. These nations of men have never been able to accomplish that.
Yeah.
Right? It says, and they're the only places to all generations, like they're going to pass on.
Yeah.
Esau believes he's gonna be in power forever. That's why they make fucking starship and shit like that, man. They just think they're always gonna be here. You know, with the next generation. It's not.
They're so proud that they think that the only way that they're gonna lose power is if the earth itself is dying.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we need to leave and go to Mars.
But he's gonna colonize that and be the master of that. So he always thinks he's gonna be in possession of some type of rulership, dominion over people.
That's the vain imagination.
Yeah. So they call their lands after their own names, which is funny because these lands that exist today didn't exist before in terms of what they were called. But we all seem to be calling upon these things, even like China. Chinese, well, Moabites never called their land China, but they even call their own land these things that Esau's labeled them as. It's a spiritual thing because the whole world is under the vibration of Esau, because his dominion, you know. He's gone around changing the names of everything, people's identities and shit. And now people just accept it, even the people that it's been changed from, you know? Yeah. And this is from Revelation 13 and 2, just to join in with that. We're just talking about how Russia's going to be the end of America too. Revelation 13 and 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. But the leopard represents the beginning of Esau's, dominion, his rulership, beginning with the Greeks, representing Alexander the Great. This is where the what do you call that? The cowl of a leopard, right, on his head, right? So that represents him. Esau's beginning of his rulership, right? But obviously he's at the wrong part too, right? And Russia's going to be the end of it, which represents the bear, right?
I back you on what you just said. This is China in the Wikipedia. It says the word China has been used in English since the 16th century.
1500.
Yeah, because of the pottery, right? Because we called the porcelain China.
Right.
But what were they called before?
Moabites.
But they've accepted the name China
Yeah.
as its international name.
Chinese.
It's like Turkey changed its name recently to Turkey.
Yeah.
Right, so why don't China do that?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Well,
It says, however, it was not used by the Chinese themselves during this period. Its origin has been traced through Portuguese, Malay, and Persian back to the Sanskrit. Right. So once again, just to prove what the elder was saying, because the reason I say that is it's like this is pronounced different.
well, of course it would be, because China's an English book saying anything, isn't it? It's an English word. I say, you know what I'm saying? So obviously they wouldn't have said that. Oh,
Yeah.
Colonized.
Because even like when you're on a Chinese website, like here we've got .co.uk, they're .zh. So it's
Zhang Zhong, you know, or whatever. But that all these nations do that because, again, Esau rules the earth. English is his language, and he's named the nation. Right, so he gets to decide what places are cool.
Yeah.
And you have to accept it.
Yeah. He decides your boundaries.
Yeah.
You know.
That's been given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah. But back in Revelation 13, it says that the beast, which was verse 2, and the beast which I saw was like a leopard unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. Okay, who represents the Russians, right?
Means, yeah.
Yep. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and seat and great authority.
Yes, the map represents Great Britain.
Yep.
Which are another bunch of Edomites.
Yep.
Started the Great British Empire, which colonized the whole modern day earth, which birthed America, so-called independent. Which really, America's never been independent. They're still owned by the fucking British, according to their constitutions, over there. But they act like America's free and independent. But really, America became a corporation. It's still owned by the bankers over here in Europe. They owe all that money, that national debt that they owe them trillions, is owed to the international bankers, man. Yeah? Which come from Great Britain. So the mouth is talking about Great Britain, which America was birthed from.
Because no one asked that question. All these nations are in debt. But who are they in debt to?
Yeah,
Because if they were in debt to each other, they'll just cancel each other's debt. It's not like something owns them. These are not countries, they're corporations. and they're owned by people,
Yeah.
not nation, not no governments. No, it's owned by people that run these, that own these governments.
Yeah. The proof of that is like if we all owed each other something,
We'll just
cancel
like
it out.
discuss it up.
just it's cool. It's cool. Hey,
You
don't worry
saw-
about that.
You saw them deal with the. You just deal with the year of Jubilee where it's
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
after 7 years. You saw a picture shift the debt going. You don't clear debt because he rules his society by a perpetual debt.
Well, the lender, sorry, the
Oh,
borrower
wow.
is servant to the lender. So he's got all these nations in slavery and servitude to the elite.
That's how he got control over the whole world. That's right. Through the IMF, making people basically be engulfed in debt.
And that's why, as the subjects of these nations, we all owned by them.
Mm.
So we all work for them essentially. Because we pay our taxes to cover all these costs. Because every individual has a debt that they individually are responsible for. Even though if you get born into that, you haven't done nothing, you get born into that debt. And so they take a certain amount of money off your work, your labor. Right? And it goes straight at your fucking at your wages. before you even get it.
Don't even see it.
Don't even see it.
That's why they always come into your pockets. Man.
Oh, it's not even only that, you can't even decide how it's spent.
No,
You got no days here last week. Yeah.
Don't say so, man. Just gotta pay it up. You try and invade it, and you get tax invasion.
Because it's the thing as well, it's like you think about here in the UK, we've got a National Health Service, right? Which actually means that we're paying for stuff that we don't agree with. We're paying for abortion. We're paying for transition surgery, right? I should be allowed to exempt. Like, no, you cannot use my money. We're paying for wars.
Yeah. Taxpayers' money. Yep. Exactly. And then the dragon represents the ancient Roman Empire, which the philosophies, system, which they're getting ready to renew now through this new draconian world order, man. You know, and that's what this is what it's all about. But as it said, as the brother read, the bear, which is going to be the feet of this empire, is the Russians, the modern day Russians, the so-called Medes, Gog and Magog. It's going to be the end of this fucking Edomite empire.
It's the nation that's gonna be undoing.
Yeah.
No, just like Alexander went to the East, when
Yeah.
fight some Edomites in it, and they fucked them up essentially, innit? And then Alexander died and after all of that. So he never gets to go
Span.
further in his conquest.
Yeah.
That was the nation that fucking broke him essentially. He stopped his conquest. Russia's gonna play the same thing. Right? Russia's gonna be used to destroy America, man. America's never gonna be this empire or bullshit that it believes it to be.
No more.
You know?
Shall be no more, man. It's going to fade away like a bad dream.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to know is that place over there used to be a great empire, but the Lord destroyed it, man.
Yeah.
That's all everyone's going to know about Babylon the Great in the kingdom, man. It's going to become like an old fairy tale, some folklore and all that.
Verse 3 says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. Okay, this is the Roman Empire, right? And his deadly wound was healed. And all the
During when? The Renaissance period.
Yep.
That's when the deadly wound was healed during 1092.
same
time
with
period.
his prison.
Yeah, that's when Esau came back into power. He usurped authority, man.
And all the world wondered after the beast. And there was admiring Esau because he's exalted himself. So everyone wanted to follow in his footsteps.
Thinking of that wine.
And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? So again, this is why they don't ever believe they're going to be taken down. Because they're so great and so powerful. None of these nations can really stand against it. But the Most High is going to still have it against it. And just like any other kingdom or empire has before, as great as they were, the Most High brought them down. Systematically just broke them down until they were destroyed.
Oh yeah, like when you like look into how Alexander took the Persians down, it was just like the Lord was with.
Yeah,
Because it was like you look at certain different battles, and like it was like they were outnumbered.
Yeah, the certain key men fell, and
Exactly.
one thing led to another. And
Yeah.
it's like had the upper hand.
It's so vast as well. Like he moved, like I told you about the rough goat.
Yeah.
He moved against the Ram.
And he just took over the provinces. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like that. It's not like he had to go with individual place after that.
Yeah.
He was just ruling that area now.
He said that he moved the rough goat, moved control.
Yeah.
He moved hatred,
Yeah.
and he moved fast as well. So that's how Esau spirit. He was moved fast, like with the
Yeah.
like that's always represents the swift of the eagle. But that's how they move, man. They take over shit quickly.
Yeah.
And that's how even the Roman Empire they took over that vast known world at that time.
It was their time.
Yeah, but now their time's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take over.
Yeah.
January 7 and 18.
So So yeah, it says, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So they can't perceive that they're going to be taken out. They think they have shall continue because of the might of the beast, the military that Europe and America has, NATO, right? They don't think it's possible. It's possible, because together they're such a force. Who's gonna come and rise up against them? Because even though Iran popped their shit, they know they ain't fucking taking on America. They ain't gonna take on
Not on
NATO.
their own. Not on their
They're
own.
not gonna be able to do that.
That's why they still haven't hit Israel.
They're still waiting. Oh, fucking like this.
It's once you make a move, there's no going back.
There's no going back.
That's why they're taking
You have to be all in. And Russia's got to be there to help you. Russia a bit busy right now, perhaps.
But they're gonna clean house. And then Yahweh Shai is coming as well to make sure he takes out all these nations. He's gonna take all of these nations down.
Yeah.
Not one of these nations is gonna be standing. NATO, the EU, the BRIC nations, they're all gonna get taken down. By one power, man. Yeah. Showing you who the true power of the earth is. Yeah. It's not these devils. Unless you got to learn the last piece of it, it goes out. That's what happened. Only 7 ways goes out.
Yeah, come.
That's the spirit of the earth that we're pushing. The vibration is, Israel's got next, man.
Yep.
Not the Israelis, but the Israelites, true Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, starting with the elect. We got next, man. So you nations are going down, whether you like it or not.
Daniel 7 and 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Right? That's it. No, Yahweh Shai coming back. You other nations, you're in big trouble, man. You're in big doo-doo, man. When Yahweh Shai cuts through them crowds. You better know it. Anyway, with that, we'll close out. We will praise the glory to Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the hopeful. Shalom.
Shalom.